You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
Boy, y'all know I don't like Nancy Grace. But I'm gonna say one thing, boy. Listen, if you willing to go in that pressure cooker with Nancy Grace, man, let me tell y'all something. Tatum is done. Tatum, pack your shit up, bro. You're done, bro. It's over with for you, bro. After what happened to you today, dog, it's over with for you, man. You're done, dog. Tatum, you're done, bro. We don't even want. I don't even want to hear a word from you ever again, bro. After you got exposed not once but twice, dog. Nancy Grace. I gotta show y'all this because it is unbelievable. It is unbelievable that this man got exposed like this again. I mean, I am completely flabbergasted. And I knew he would get exposed, but not like this. Not like this. I what just happened? What just happened to Tatum? Tatum need to go ahead and pack his shit up, man. He need to go ahead and pack it up, bro. He's done, man. And I'm gonna show y'all why in just a second. He's toast. Y'all smash the like button, share the video, like the video, man. I don't like Nancy Grace, but she did a hell of an interview just now, man. I mean, I like the way Nancy Grace conducted that interview. She ice grilled the lawyers for them boys, man. And I'm gonna just keep it 100, man. If more people would interview how Nancy Grace interviewed, we get to the absolute truth. And I like the interview that Nancy Grace did, and we're gonna talk about that right now. And we're also gonna talk about this liar right here. Let me put him on the screen. This dude's a liar. See, one thing about me, y'all gonna learn about me. I don't play with the truth. I don't play with the truth in no way, shape, or form. This dude right here, he's a liar. He's a liar, right? Well, we gonna get to this right now. My bad, y'all. Let me turn me up in the headphones. This dude right here. See, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I already knew he was on cap when I saw how he was setting this thing up. But this dude right here to get exposed not once, but twice. Where's my setup at? Hold on. I gotta get this for y'all. I have to show this to y'all. I have to, man. Hold on. I think I got this on my other. You guys have to see this shit, bro. This is unbelievable, man. Tatum, you ain't getting from around this, dog. You're not escaping this. You're not escaping this smoke right here, bro. You don't. This woman don't expose you, and she didn't even try to expose him. Actually, she did. I don't even think she tried to expose him and expose this dude again. This dude is done. Hold on. I know I screenshotted this, and I want to put this on the screen for y'all. I know I screenshotted this. Hold on. Let me look this up right here. I know my battery had died out. Did I? Hold on. Let me see. You know what? F it. I'm just gonna put on this screen right here. I'm finna show y'all something. Y'all smash the like button. Y'all come on in here, right? I'm finna put this on the screen for y'all. Y'all know me. I only operate in truth, honor, and dignity. I don't care what it shows. I only operate in truth on this channel. Tatum, I knew I had to wait till I really got you, but you sad. You sad. And I'm gonna put this on the screen just so everybody can see what I'm talking about. Right? Hold on. Let me put this on the screen for you guys. He's toast, bro. And then I'm gonna play it for y'all. I'm gonna play it for y'all. Right? I'm gonna play it for y'all. Right? Tatum came out and Tatum said that all of the boys, except for one, matter of fact, let me see if can I get this right here? Yo, can I get this up here? Hold on. Can I get this up here? I want to get this up here. Hold on. I want to get this up here for everybody that's listening to this. I have to get this up here. Hold on. Okay, let me see. This is it. I think this is it, you guys. Yo, here we go right here, y'all. Everybody in the chat room, I want y'all to listen to this. Tatum, your ass is you're done, dog. You mine now. Cause I listen to everything, dog. See, can't nobody fool me, just put out anything, bro. I'm gonna find it. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Let me make sure I share this. Share the screen. Here we go. All right. Listen, y'all. Now, this is Tatum. Originally, what he told Nancy Grace. The first time he was on Nancy Grace. Play it.
The friends taking polygraphs.
Well, from my understanding, all but I believe one took a polygraph. And from what was told to me,
No. We'll stop right there. Because this dude is a disgrace. And when you skunk him out, I told you, bro, you skunk him out. I'm going to tell y'all something, bro. Tatum, you tried to come, I seen what you was trying to do with Ben Crump. You tried to play it like you was going to put all this shit on Ben Crump and make it seem like Ben Crump came in, started this whole race riot, got everybody accusing people of murder, all this other stuff. When you yourself, not only did you lie about Ben Crump and his role, because Ben Crump never did any of those things you said he did, but you lied about them boys, and I'm going to prove it right now. I have proof he lied. Tatum's a fucking liar. I have proof. And even the correction he made. Tatum, I'm not taking this shit back. I'm standing on this shit, nigga. Here we go right now. Y'all know me. On my channel, when I say I'm standing on something, you know I got the goods. Let's go.
The friends taking polygraphs.
well, from my understanding, all but I believe one took a polygraph. And from what was told to me, that they all passed. And all of the ones that took a polygraph took one without a lawyer. And they cooperated with law enforcement. So from my understanding, everybody took a polygraph test. Why do you say that's
from what you understand? Did they tell you they took a poly and passed?
Yes, ma'am. They told me that they did it. I wasn't there. So that's what I'm saying from my understanding. They told me that all the boys except one, which is Warren, I believe, took a polygraph test. All of them did not have lawyers and did it and cooperated with police. Warren also cooperated with police. I just believe
he said all of them didn't have lawyers. The dude on Nancy Grace podcast today came out and said he was a lawyer since the second day. I'm going to prove this to y'all right now. Hold on. Not only that, I'm going to show y'all something else.
didn't take a lot to take the test, but Warren is the young man that I interviewed. So according to what they told me, they all took a lot to take tests. And
now, remember I told y'all that when Tatum said, hey, man, these are all good boys. I said, bro, you know these dudes for 2 days. How the fuck you going to come out saying they're all good boys? I told y'all. It ain't about the boys to me. I don't trust none of these mofos. It was damn near 500 to 1,000 people on that island. I don't trust none of them. I need to see the information from Ben Crump and the information from the state. I don't trust anybody. I'm going to show y'all this. He is saying, according to what listen to what he said. He tried to put on them, according to what they told me, but he ran with it like it was the gospel. Now, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Passed. And it's an equivalent of a lie detector test. It's not a traditional lie detector test, but it's the same theology of trying to get to if a person is lying. I don't know the name of it. It's an equivalent of a lie detector test. It's a different methodology. I don't believe it was a polygraph test. I believe they took other stressors in order to analyze.
Now he says, I believe they took other stressors. Okay. Let's go with that. I swear to God, I got one, y'all. I swear for God, on everything I love, I got one today. I swear for God. The worst thing he did was F with a nigga like me. Let me put this on the screen. The worst thing he did was let me catch him. Ladies and gentlemen, Nancy Grace just did a show just now. And Nancy Grace's show, I talked about this just in a video we just came off of. I just talked about this. I said, them dudes' lawyers need to do interviews with other people in the media, people that's going to be more aggressive with them. If you didn't hear my video, I just said it. Listen, we ain't going to talk about polygraph, stress test, any type of test. He said I believe, see how he was putting words on it. He said, I believe they took a test. Let me play it again. I don't want to put words in his mouth. Listen to what he said. Equivalent. That's what he said. Listen.
It's the same and passed. And it's an equivalent of a lie detector test. It's not
okay. He said it's an equivalent of a lie detector test, not a polygraph. Okay, cool. No problem. Listen right here, y'all. He's done. First of all, the lawyer went on Nancy Grace's show today. Matter of fact, fair use. I'm gonna let my nuts hang. Fair use. Fair use. Nancy Grace, fair use. Fair use. Use everybody else shit. Fair use. Let's get to it. We're going fair use. We're going fair use. Right here. Right here. Forget polygraph. I'm not even talking about that. Whether it's polygraph, whether it's equivalent of a polygraph, a lie detectors. He said that they all took them and they took them without a lawyer. That's what he said. That's what Tatum said. Today, just now, Nancy Grace interviewed not only the one lawyer, Donald Trump lawyer, she interviewed the other lawyer that's from out there, right? And she ice grilled they ass. I got to shout to Nancy Grace. I love how she did this interview. I don't like a lot of shit about Nancy Grace, but Nancy Grace was on that ass today. And I'm going to tell you something. The lawyer, what he said is going to fuck everybody. It's going to fuck the internet up now. Tatum, you are sad. Let's roll it.
Case, a child trafficking case.
Hold on.
My first trial. And I want to be very clear, gentlemen.
Hold on.
Prescribed methods under which you cross-examine an eyewitness. For instance,
Now,
does the witness know the target? Was the lighting sufficient? How far away was the witness? What were the conditions of the eyewitness identification? Was the eyewitness inebriated or high or otherwise incapacitated? How far away were they? Do they wear glasses? It goes on and on and on.
and let me say this, y'all. Tatum got exposed on so many levels today, bro. And this is why I told y'all I fucks with Ben Crump. Crump, I fucks with you every day, all day. That's why I don't be listening to nobody else. For all y'all that was talking shit about Ben Crump, especially you, Tatum, this is why he's necessary. Because what was exposed today? Oh my God. Nancy Grace got some shit today that I ain't even heard. Nancy Grace got some shit today that proves why Ben Crump is necessary. Let's get to it.
On and on and on. It's laid out in the code. Tell me about these witnesses. How do they know it was Nolan? Hey, control room, show me that picture of Nolan.
What I'm telling you is they made a positive ID on Nolan Wells.
Hold on. I ain't
Good
talking
friends
about
with your clients that may have a reason to be fuzzy on the time. I'm not saying they are.
They would have.
Removed. His ear was.
Want to know what happened? We haven't examined Nolan's body.
One or some of your clients said he was with some girl we don't know her.
Or a text message. I'm going to call the Coast Guard.
And he was still on. He
Hold
was
on,
still
y'all.
on the
I'm getting
island
right to the
when they
part.
left.
Hold on.
It's open.
I'm getting right to the part, y'all. Hold on.
Any for foul play to take place on.
Not a secretive environment. It just isn't.
I agree. The beach is not secret. Rid of evidence. You see them clean. If light sources been used on the boat, can you just tell me? Yes, no. It's not your client's fault. It's law and investigated.
Now, let's start right here.
You see,
Now, I want to start right here. Before we even get to the test again, because I found this part first. This is why Ben Crump is necessary. Nancy Grace exposed, and Tatum didn't ask no question like this. Nancy Grace said, "Hey, let me ask you a question. Did the cops check that boat? Did they even sniff the boat?" Now, see, this is the type of shit I'm down with. This type, because we asking real questions now. Nancy Grace asked, "Did the cops send dogs to sniff the boat?" They're like, "Hey, man, look, we ain't guilty of nothing." Okay, cool, no problem. But that's not my question. She asked them. Now, why didn't Tatum ask any of these type of questions? This is exposed. This is the first thing exposing before we even get to the polygraph, the lie detector, or the equivalent to the lie detector. Now, watch this, y'all.
defendants, targets, trying to get rid of evidence. You see them cleaning the boat. You see them washing it down. You see them trying all sorts of methods to get rid of evidence. It's interesting to me and somewhat probative that your clients have offered the boat up to law enforcement to come and search it. I'm curious, has the boat not just been searched with the naked eye? Has luminol been used on the boat? Has alternative light sources been used on the boat? Has a cadaver dog come to the boat? Has a scent dog come to the boat? To your knowledge, either one of you.
To my knowledge, Nancy, I do not believe that has happened. But again,
Game over. Tatum didn't even ask these questions. Let me say this again. Tatum didn't even ask these questions. But shout out to Nancy Grace. Now, this doesn't mean that this shows you why Ben Crump is necessary. If the cops, this is what I'm telling everybody. I want everybody to listen to something in this video. If it was 1,000 people outside, every effing body in the world, Craig, need to be checked, questioned, and looked at with a fine tooth period. For them to say, oh, why did they go call Ben Crump? Because what Ben Crump said is that he didn't call the boys racist. He said the way they investigate black deaths is different than how they investigate non-black deaths. He was right. Case in point, if it was Nolan Wells, 4 and 3 black boys and 1 white dude, and all the black boys came back and 1 white dude didn't come back, he died, do you think they would have searched that whole damn boat up and down, regardless of whether they thought these boys was guilty of a crime or not? You better believe they would have checked that shit with every goddamn dog, everything they had. This is what Ben Crump was talking about. Tatum, you are exposed, bro. You didn't even ask these fucking questions. You sat up there and asked Care Bear questions. Listen, they hate Nancy. All these people talking shit about Nancy Grace. Watch, they're gonna be back on Nancy Grace nuts. I want to say y'all this though. I'm on the side of the truth. I'm gonna say this again. I'm on the side of the truth. And when I say this is why I've always told y'all we need to wait on Ben Crump. Here's the reason why. He got his own investigators down there. Ben Crump and them gonna bust all this shit open. If that's now the fact that she said that, here's the question. Well, if they didn't check their boat, right? Which is okay, cool, no problem. Maybe they're not even suspects. Okay, cool, no problem, right? But being that this situation, that's a national case, deserves the utmost detailed investigation, wouldn't you check every aspect of everything involved? See, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Now, let's get to Tatum again, because Tatum, you done, dog. You done, bro. You done, bro. Hold on, you done, dog.
Sir, who does not have a dog in this fight, no skin in the game.
Hold on.
Enhance it. But I want to hear.
Hold on.
But I can tell you that. I can tell you, look at those photos.
it just happened. Look, Nancy,
Saying this is how I would test evidence.
There's
Again,
nothing-
was times know your clients were gone at 4:30.
Hold
Who
on.
can confirm
That your clients were gone and that Nolan
advocate for them like this on a national platform.
helped me find out what happened. No reason to disbelieve your clients or to believe.
Springs, Mississippi community very
Can look you right in the face and lie through your teeth and you believe them. I've done it. I've had witnesses that I found out were lying to me, and it was a huge blow. I've had police officers. I worked a child trafficking case. My first child trafficking case. Worked it. I finally found the little girl.
Hold on.
Fast.
Seen
Now we're
alive.
getting somewhere. How can you
and still on the island?
a lot of witnesses too? Accident.
Have went to
I want to get to the part.
investigators. They've talked to the police.
Control room, please pull up a photo.
I want to get to the part, y'all. Hold on.
Wearing a white cases, as have I, to get in or attack the target. Did they see that?
From the very start.
Had they been drinking?
That I don't say they were aware of the time. Told that to investigators. They can't do this all the time in the courtroom.
It came forward. Here's something that would tend to corroborate them, is if multiple witnesses said the same thing. Witnesses separated in time and space. Witnesses that are not all friends.
Mm.
Witnesses that are not good friends
Great
with
questions.
your clients that may have a reason to be fuzzy on the time.
Now, he said that the
I'm not
people who are witnesses didn't know them.
I'm not saying they are or that they're not. Here's my question to you. Are these witnesses friends of your clients?
I don't think they're friends, and they're not even the same age.
Okay. Next question. How many witnesses place him there on the island at 6-ish?
At least 2 that I know.
All right, now hold on, y'all.
I'm going to jump ahead. Of course, all 3 of us know you can drown. I don't know. Was a hyoid missing? I could go on. You had been somehow told why they took his throat. Okay, that's much was made of talking about when they said he was with a girl, we don't know her.
They start asking themselves, okay, well, where's Nolan?
Hold on, you
or text message.
Did he say they all did know Katie?
I got to get to this part.
Or 10 o'clock. Maybe want to call the coast.
Again, I had my favorite trial judge, Luther Al. Know her, and then they're texting her.
This young lady with opportunity to go to Horn Island. It's open
Anywhere.
You got to understand, it's people who have talked about this case and have said who have hurt
for foul play to take place on that
I can tell you this, of the boats in the water.
If authorities wanted to come see it, they're more than able.
Rid of evidence. You
Hold
see
on, y'all.
them
I'm gonna find
cleaning the boat to finding
Nancy,
blood.
Well, Nancy, you're asking about.
Then they take out com.
Hold on, y'all.
Based on what people think they're hearing, based on
anybody cannot state clear.
And Nancy, now I'll say something about the Cito call.
Photos to me are very convincing.
Hold
Okay,
on,
so
you
what's
guys.
the timestamp on that video?
He's nothing.
That day, and he's not on.
We're going to protect their names on the air here.
I'm saying, I want to know to corroborate that video. All of has the boat been searched?
Hold on, y'all. We going back.
Do you,
who can confirm,
which really cannot be controverted, shows when the Triton left.
Hold on,
questions. These are all
answer in the clear. As far as I'm concerned,
they are in the clear.
I can't help their unrequited anger.
Make themselves public. They left the island at 4. No.
Typically, no, I agree with you, but there are cases where killers go out in the front of it.
That we knew when we were going to come on the island at 6.
Case I ever tried in this. But for me, you're sure?
To investigators.
Are you telling me you don't think a grand jury is convening the phone? Here's the warrant. It should be, and I think it should be.
Let's get it all. That's the thing.
It should be, and I think it should be asked for. Look.
Hold on.
I am not stirring the Nolan Wells.
Yeah, I missed it.
Has
Hold on.
blown up because there are reports
I missed it.
that Nolan Wells was seen on the island because of this matter.
And I can tell you why. Because any lawyer worth their
Okay, here we go.
Matter.
I knew I'd seen at the beginning. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. I got it now, y'all. I got his ass now. I knew I saw it at the beginning. Here we go. I'm on their ass now. Listen to what the lawyer said. Hey, Tatum, make a fucking video on this. And I don't care if they demonetize this one for cussing. Make a effing video on this. Tatum he's done. He's done. Once again, Tatum said that all the boys except for one of them, and he was standing on this story, told him he was standing on it. He was like, hey, man, because they all, except for one of them, man, and even without a lawyer, listen, an equivalent to a polygraph, he said. An equivalent to a lie detector. That's what he said. Not a polygraph, but equivalent. All but one. Listen, y'all.
Have your clients taken polygraphs? First to you, Tyler Cox.
Nancy, my clients have not taken a polygraph test.
Game over. Matter of fact, he said they haven't taken a polygraph test. What? Not only did he say that, but hold on. Okay, so Tatum said, no, they didn't take a polygraph. Hold on. So Tatum, you changed it. You didn't say, nah, I didn't mean polygraph. I meant equivalent to a polygraph, like a stress test or that could detect lying. Listen, because Nancy Grace, they reframed the shit. When he said not polygraph, now listen right here and listen to what the lawyers, and Tatum said without lawyers. Now listen to when this lawyer said that they got with the boy, and listen to what he said about any type of test, polygraph, stress test, lie detector test. Y'all go send this shit to Tatum. Tatum, your ass is toast. You tried to play, you know what, and you got you know what it.
Test. And I can tell you why.
Rewind that again.
Because
Rewind that again.
Gentlemen, thank you for being with us tonight. My first question to clear up this matter: have your clients taken polygraphs? First to you, Tyler Cox.
Nancy, my clients have not taken a polygraph test. And I can tell you why. Because any lawyer worth their salt is going to tell their clients not to take a polygraph test under any circumstances. Two of my clients went in and made statements with me. We're not going to make I'm not going to do a polygraph test because, one, as you know, they're not admissible in court. And so it wasn't going to be admissible anyway. You should never, ever, if you're a lawyer, allow your clients to take a polygraph test. Now, we allowed investigators from the jump to have access to their phones, their Life 360, everything. We have cooperated implicitly every step of the way. But no, they didn't take polygraph tests. But what I'll tell you is one of the other boys, who I won't mention their name, but I'm sure that you've heard, took one. The girl that Nolan was with took a stress analysis voice test, and so did the other boy. So that's the test they took. Both of them passed.
That's one boy and one girl. So, he said all of them except for one.
Worth of salt is going to tell his clients to take a polygraph test or anything like that.
I would like to corroborate part of what Tyler Cox just said. Any defense attorney, whether they're convinced, truly convinced their client is innocent or guilty, they're not going to allow a poly. I've never seen that. I've had a couple of lawyers, maybe 3, in all the years I practiced, all the people I put behind bars, consent before trial to a poly. 3. And they were all criminal cases that carried severe penalties. So what he's saying is true. Even if you think your client is innocent, very rarely will you see a defense lawyer say, sure, take a poly. However, I disagree with you regarding their admittance into court. Polygraphs are allowed in civil trials.
She said
O.J.
civil
Simpson,
trial.
He flunked horribly. And if both sides stipulate to the polygraph's admittance before the polygraph is taken, it can come into a criminal trial.
Okay. Tatum. And this is why I told y'all, we got to sit back and just wait for everything to come out, bro. Now, this interview went on. Nancy did a great job grilling these guys, man. She did a great. Now, the guys, the 2 lawyers stood on what they were saying. They said that their boys were innocent, but that exposed Tatum. That right there exposed Tatum, because he said, once again, let's go back to what Tatum said again. Let me put Tatum on the screen. I got to go back to what Tatum said again, because he ain't going to mix up what he said, because I got what he said. Play it.
The friends taking polygraphs.
Well, from my understanding, all but I believe one took a polygraph, and from what was told to me, that they all passed. And all of the ones that took a polygraph took one without a lawyer. And so, and they cooperated with law enforcement. So from my understanding, everybody took a polygraph test. Why do you say that's
from what you understand? Did they tell you they took a poly and passed?
Yes, ma'am. They told me that they did it. I wasn't there. So that's what I'm saying from my understanding. They told me that all the boys except one, which is Warren, I believe, took a polygraph test. All of them did not have lawyers and did it and cooperated with police. Warren also cooperated with police. I just believe he didn't take a lot to take the test, but Warren is the young man that I interviewed. So according to what they told me.
Now, he says in that interview, according to what they told me, he went and doubled and stand on that shit on his channel and was like, man, cause see, them some good boys, man. Them some good boys, man. I said, bro, you know these dudes for 2 days. I told everybody in this building, and I agree with what Nancy Grace said. I don't trust nobody in this case. This ain't about putting one down and lift another one up. Everybody that's on that goddamn island. And let me say something else to y'all. that Nancy Grace did that was beautiful today. And this is what I said the media needed, because I was really thinking about this shit in the media, y'all. I said, why didn't the media? Because normally, look at this situation, y'all. You got an island where there's so many people on that island. Wouldn't all the media be down there looking for all these people to try to get somebody to say something? Don't you think if it's 1,000 people down there, they can find one person? But you know who's looking for it? Nancy Grace. Now, the lawyer dude said that the witnesses that saw these boys on the boats and saw that Nolan wasn't on the boat, he said that they're saving their witnesses for when they go to court against these creators and stuff like that in the media outlets, right? That's what he said, right? Nancy Grace was like, look, man. Nancy Grace said, we can clear all this shit up right now. Nancy Grace said, we can clear this shit up right now. Nancy Grace said, get them contacts to me. Give all of them to me, and I'll bring them on here, and I interview them right now, because I don't want to convict somebody who's not guilty. But you know what? Tatum wanted so bad to tear down Ben Crump, and I'm going to tell y'all why I'm saying this. And this is the reason why I told y'all. I looked at Tatum, and I seen what he was trying to do, right? I'm going to show y'all this. I'm going to show y'all this. I'm going to show y'all what he did. Do you see this? Do y'all see the title of his video right there today? Crump lost. This is what he's been trying to do. And I've been trying to tell y'all this shit. This is why I be trying to tell content creators, everybody who don't listen to me on this channel, and I be saying shit for a reason. What they're trying to do is, especially him, they're trying to use Ben Crump as the hub for everybody saying, yo, they murdered him, they racist, they this. Ben Crump ain't say none of that. Ben Crump has been professional and a G throughout most of this whole situation. Period. Ben Crump has never come out and said, hey, man, those boys are racist. They murdered this boy. The only thing Ben Crump said was that, hey, man, we know how Mississippi roll with the investigations. They don't investigate a black death the same way they investigate other deaths that are non-black. That's exactly what he said. He called out the system. Tatum comes in mad because of what Ben Crump did. And now what are they trying to do? They're trying to categorize Ben Crump and the mama and saying that the mama and Ben Crump are creating a race riot that's putting these boys' lives in danger. And what do they do? Gas all this shit up, getting everybody to say shit that we know they didn't say. Right? I'm talking about Ben Crump and his team. This is why I told everybody on the internet, yo, wait for Ben Crump, y'all. Ben Crump is the leader of the troops in this situation. He got troops on the ground. If Ben Crump ain't saying nothing, everybody else supposed to be following in this situation. You got a leader for a reason. The reason is because when the followers, in this case, who's all of us, jump ahead of the line of the leader and trying to do the work that the leader got people on the ground doing, what happens is now they try to hold him responsible for what everybody else out here saying and doing. And that's not what it is. They're literally trying to hold Ben Crump and the mama accountable for everybody who've made death threats, for all these people who've accused these people or insinuated they murdered people. This is they want to destroy Ben Crump with this. This is why I told everybody to fall back, because they're trying to use all of the people that's saying this shit to destroy Ben Crump, like Ben Crump sent this. And that's just not true. So, but his plan backfired, because what he did was I'm gonna jump behind these boys. And he came out here and put D's on his shit. He put Dubs on his shit. Oh, I'm gonna hop behind these boys. So he put Dubs on his shit and got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Oh, these some good boys, man. I already told you. How you know these boys? This is the same thing with that girl. Everybody on the internet is giving that girl a pass. I ain't giving none of these people a pass. Let me tell y'all something. It was 1,000 people on that island. Ain't none of them getting a pass until we see all the paperwork from the official investigation compared from Ben Crump's team and the actual goddamn state. That way we can systematically eliminate people who we think might have had any involvement, if there wasn't any involvement in the death of Nolan Wells. When you put somebody in a box and you say, hey, I'm gonna just look at this, you ignoring all this other shit that could have been going on. That's why I told y'all everybody need to fall back. You got 100 niggas trying to cross the line, and you got a leader who got people on the ground. He got his troops on the ground. They trying to destroy Ben Crump and use all the black community to do it. This why I be telling people, hey, y'all, fall back, man. This nigga, he Ben Crump on the job. They got his people out there. I understand if y'all want to cover it, but don't come out here insinuating, accusing people of murder, because they're going to try and put that on him, say he's in creating a race riot, and they're going to try and use that to destroy him. Right? That's why I said you have to be calm. You have to be calm. You have to be cool and collected. They're trying to destroy Ben Crump because everybody else is jumping the line. Everybody's so mad that they don't give it. They just want anything. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. When I'm saying if you take a step back, bro, I don't trust none of them people out there, bro. Until it's shown on paperwork that we see from Ben Crump's side, the other side, they've come together and they show, and we can decipher. But until then, bro, I can't go off what's been put on the internet and shit, bro. Nah, I'm sorry, bro. When the official details have been seen. That's why I told y'all. Now, do I believe there was foul play involved? Yes, because if it wasn't, wouldn't there have been somebody screaming out there, hey, help, help, help? I don't think he would have been out there by himself doing anything with 1,000 people on the island. So if it was a tragic situation in an accident, I think somebody would have seen it scream, and you would have had a whole bunch of people trying to help, and then it would have just happened like that. But I don't think that happened. I think it was foul play involved. I just think that everybody's jumping the table, and I think, hey, man, we may have this situation wrong, but the fact that the lawyer told the truth. See, let me say this to y'all. People, y'all are skating past this. The lawyer, he could have easily lied, and it could have been a whole quiet, wink thing with him and the whole Mississippi. The lawyer told the truth. The lawyer, hold on. Let me put this shit up here again. The lawyer actually came out and told the truth. See, nobody's going to tell this. Nobody's going to acknowledge this, you guys. Hold on, my bad. Nobody's going to acknowledge this. The lawyer told the truth. The lawyer told the truth. Nancy Grace asked the lawyer, hey, man, did they take a polygraph or anything? He said, no, we didn't take anything. None of these three guys. He said only one boy and one girl. That white lawyer, he told the truth. He could have lied and just said the same thing Tape said, and then it would have been a guessing game. He did tell the truth. Tatum got exposed with his hand in the cookie jar trying to cap. See, Tatum was trying to, yeah. You see what he's been doing on his channel. He got exposed back. Tatum is done bad. Let me play this again. He could have lied right here, y'all.
The reality is that
he could have lied right here.
Consent before trial to a poly.
Hold on.
3.
Sure that you've heard. And so it wasn't
to you, Tyler Cox.
Now, he could have lied. When Nancy Grace said this to him, he could have lied. If this is a major cover-up, he could have lied and left his. He exposed Tatum with this. Listen, he not only said they didn't take a polygraph, he said none of our guys took any form of listen.
Nancy, my clients have not taken a polygraph test. And I can tell you why. Because any lawyer worth their salt is going to tell their clients not to take a polygraph test under any circumstances. 2 of my clients went in and made statements with me. We're not going to I'm not going to do a polygraph test because, one, as you know, they're not admissible in court. And so it wasn't going to be admissible anyway. You should never, ever, if you're a lawyer, allow your clients to take a polygraph test. Now, we allowed investigators from the jump to have access to their phones, their Live 360, everything. We have cooperated implicitly every step of the way. But no, they didn't take polygraphs tests. But what I'll tell you is one of the other boys, who I won't mention their name, but I'm sure that you've heard, took one. The girl that Nolan was with took a stress analysis voice test, and so did the other boy. So that's the test they took. Both of them passed.
That's the test they took. The one boy and the one girl. Think about this, y'all. If he was just lying, he could have came out and said, yeah, our guys, we, you know what I'm saying? We did it. If that was all, think about this now. What he said right there exposed Tatum bad. Again. again. And Tatum been out here. That's why I try to tell y'all, when you attach yourself to one side, like I said, I still need to see from the official reports what's up with this girl and all these other people, man. Here's the reason why I say this, and I'm not blaming this on the girl. I'm not blaming this on the girl. Unless there's evidence that shows that somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's a girl that's involved. But I am gonna say this, man, bro. A lot of y'all looking past damn near 1,000 people out there, bro. I ain't doing that shit, bro. I need to see the time of death. I need to see the cause of death. I need to see all this other information that should be made public. Now let's get to this part, because they doubled up today. They went out there and now I don't know how this other one went because I didn't see it yet. We're gonna see it right now. But I know the Nancy Grace one, yo, they was mad at Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace was going in, but Nancy Grace, she was keeping that shit a G. She was like, that was a hard-hitting interview. I gotta respect how Nancy Grace conducted that interview. And how she ended the interview, she told him, like, yo, tell those witnesses that they say they saw Nolan to come on the show. I will interview them. Oh, no, not Nolan. The witnesses, they said that can verify to those boys that Nolan wasn't on that boat, right? And he says, I can ask them, right? And I believe they should. Like, if you really trying to be transparent and you got nothing to hide, I believe they should, just to clear that up. That way you can help everybody if you really trying. And that's what Nancy Grace told them. Like, if y'all really trying to solve this case and find the truth out about Nolan Wells, tell those other witnesses to come out. Why is the media not hawking these people down from the outside and going to find these other people and getting interviews from that's on the island? Think about this. Think about what I'm saying. So, but let's go to this other one. I want to show y'all this. This other one was crazy, and I want to see this right now. This, because they did a double feature. So, dog, you out of here, bro. You came out here talking all that shit about this boy mama and stuff like that. When the mama said she ain't want to do what you, Tatum, man, you kept messing with the mama, bro. Like, I really think something wrong with you anyways, dog. From how you was carrying it, bro. How you was carrying it, bro. Yeah, I think something going on with you, man. Seriously, bro, you need to check yourself, man. You got some serious things going on, brother, and you need to get that shit fixed. But let's talk about this right here, y'all. Now, this one, they did a double feature. Y'all didn't know this. Now, let's get into this one, because the lawyers, they out here now. They out here. See, they must have heard everybody saying y'all went over there and they did that little, you know what I'm saying? What we call it? They did that cupcake interview with Tatum. So, but Nancy Grace, that was a good interview right there. Nancy Grace grilled them harder than anybody else gonna grill them on a national platform, pretty much. Now let's get to this right here. Now they on this show with Chris Cuomo. Now let's get to this.
So then why don't I go into it with detail? Because at this point, I'm not sure that it's helpful.
Hold on, listen, hold on.
And I gave this a lot of thought. These are young men whose lives are completely on hold, even though they insist they had nothing to do with this. Why is it on hold? Because they are under a veil of suspicion. And I know the details of how it has changed their lives, how they're hiding, how they're having to move around and not be able to move, and changing their plans and changing about school and changing about other things they were going to do because they are afraid. And they feel that they are being judged and compromised and things are being taken away from them because of this. So then why don't I go into...
Hold on, to the person who said in the comment section, I do want to answer your question. I disagree. I don't think that's a major contradiction. You can know, somebody can know somebody for years, but not know the other guys. I mean, it depends. I got friends that don't know my other friends. So that's not a major contradiction. I disagree with that. I disagree with that, though. It's not a major contradiction. You can have friends that don't know other friends you got. I got a lot of friends and don't know other friends I got. You know what I'm saying? So that, I mean, I disagree with that, but let's go on. Let's get into this.
Why don't I go into it with detail? Because at this point, I'm not sure that it's helpful.
No. And to the brother who said the lawyers are planning witnesses, no, they actually got these witnesses on video. That was there. They have the video. They're just not showing that video because they don't want them to. They're saying they don't want them to get threatened. What I believe they're going to do is, though, this is what I believe they're going to do. They're going to have them witnesses go on Nancy Grace and cover their identity. Watch. I guarantee you. Nancy Grace going to get that goddamn interview. Watch what I tell you. Nancy Grace is going to get them witnesses. And that's all they had to do. See, this is the thing, y'all. The media is playing crazy. All they had to do was go out there. It's 1,000 people out there. If somebody say, hey, man, I'm scared to speak because I'm going to be... No. We're going to cover your face. And we're going to change your voice a little bit. We're going to get you to go up there and get multiple people that was on that island to come out here and say something. That's how you do it. That's how they do it on national TV. When you see them interviews on ABC, when they get them witnesses to come in there and they cover up their identity, bro, that's all you got to fucking do. You can black out their face and bring these people up there. Everybody want to hear what all these different people got to say. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. As much as I get mad at some people online, you can't blame people for being upset when you're not giving them anything. Now, I don't agree that you can go out and say, hey, man, people are murderers, they're murderers. I don't agree with that. But you can't blame everybody when there's civil unrest. When you're not giving the people anything, when y'all can just come out here once again, right? And y'all can hold the identities of these people and interview these multiple people, man, and let's hear what they had to say. And let's see what they're saying or what time they were out there, how they knew these people, what they were doing out there, what the mood was. It should be plenty of those type of interviews on these major outlets. There's no excuse that it shouldn't be. I don't want to just hear from 3 or 4 people. I want to hear from 30 or 40 people that's out there. Y'all ain't got to come out here and put all y'all face out here if y'all don't want to be, but you can come out here and stand up and say something. If you seen something, and this is to everybody that was out there, if you seen something, yo, you ain't got to come show your face on the internet. You can go do an interview and say, hey, man, look, y'all cover my face and my voice. And your story is worth something if it makes sense. But it should be more of that. Real talk, man. But let's get back to this part right here. Why
don't I go into it with detail? Because at this point, I'm not sure that it's helpful. Helpful to what? To fairness. Why wouldn't it be helpful to fairness? Because Nolan Wells is the focus. Nolan Wells is the tragedy. Of course. His parents, horrible. I totally get why they want answers. I totally get why it was suspicious to them at a minimum, triggering, it seems, in the main, to hear the sheriff's office so quickly suggest nothing to see here. Now, is that potentially an unfair reckoning of what the sheriff's office said? Yes. And I could be accused of that. But that is how I understood it at first as well, which was, well, that was fast. And yes, initially I had, and maybe if you had, misconceptions of what we were talking about here. In the beginning, it seemed to me that the story...
Let's get to the lawyers.
...is and why.
Hold on, let me get
that
to the
you
lawyers.
should apologize.
All right, so these are the lawyers,
in the city of Cox, who's local Mississippi criminal defense, and Counsel Palcic, who is Tyler Cox and Andrew Palcic. He's a defamation specialist. He actually represented President Trump. Has nothing to do with the story, has nothing to do with our conversation. But he is a defamation specialist. Here's the interview. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. First, I already introduced the audience to who you're representing and why, and there are a lot of ugly allegations flying around in this case. Some of that is because of the overlays of race and intrigue in Mississippi. Some of it is because of the vacuum of the unknown, frankly, in the true crime space. But I'm
glad he said that, because that's the part that people not understanding, bro. This is the part that everybody not understanding, bro. When they say that Ben Crump tried to bring racism down, he didn't do that shit, bro. Ben Crump is acknowledging the racist aspect to the investigations in Mississippi when it concerns black deaths. That's what he said. That's literally what he said. He didn't say, hey, this dude's a racist, that dude's a racist, he a racist, and they murdered this boy. He never said that. So to try to put that on him, the mama, or insinuate that they created this whole mob type activity online where people are on the internet accusing these boys of stone cold murder. Ben Crump didn't do that. So I'm glad that Cuomo did say that, because that is what Ben Crump been saying.
Let me hear from both of you before I get your latest accounting of where things stand. Why you believe representation is necessary. Mr. Cox, I'll start with you.
Well, representation is necessary for these boys simply because they've been lied to, or they've been lied upon. And these lies are a little bit more than just your average everyday white lies. These lies are horrible, and they've hurt these boys who have nothing to do with the death of Nolan Wells. That's the issue, plain and simple.
When you say they've been hurt, they've been injured, Counsel Palcic, what does that mean to you, and what are the intentions of the boys at this point?
Well, number one, I can say our intention is to file defamation suits. We've already identified multiple individuals who defamed these fine young men, Warren, Morgan, and Jax. Obviously, I cannot disclose their names at the moment, but I can tell you this: we've identified multiple individuals. We've already put it out there. If you have defamed them, if you've lied about them, if you've hurt them, we've already said you should apologize and retract now, or else you're going to be hauled into court. There's a lot of stuff out there. There are a lot of folks who have accused these fine young men.
Now, let me say this about identified. I got to say this. When he says identified, that's AKA they got a private investigator to find these people's real identity, where they live, where they work, and how they're going to serve them papers. That's when he say identified. So what they do is they basically, if you're on social media, but you're under like a different name, if you're under like a screen name, what they'll do is they'll check your content. And then not only that, they'll use a private investigator to track down who controls that channel and who's doing that content. And then they try to track you down, basically get all your personal information so that they can file a lawsuit against you. That's what he means when he says we've identified. So they got your name and your personal stuff. Some people put their real names behind their screens. Some people put screen names on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, right? So this is how they do it. They all they do is they got a PI who does all this shit. They're specialists in this thing. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when he says that we've identified. And then when you're talking about Donald Trump's lawyer, well, they got some people that's gonna try and do some shit. Donald Trump is suing the goddamn BBC publication for $10 billion right now. So they always trying to get cheese. So they got lawyers who do this kind of crazy shit. So now let's get back into it. So I want to explain what he was trying to say.
And these good Ocean Springs people of committing crimes, being associated with a murder, covering up a murder, destroying evidence, you name it, they've done it.
So one step down the road, or pick a metaphor, into the weeds for the non-legal people. You have two different categories of defamation. You have per se and per quad. Per se is there's certain categories.
No, hold on. Let me say this to the person comment section. I'm sorry, y'all. To the girl who says that in the comment section, I want to respond to what you just said. You said, Ticket, I told you they wasn't investigating this shit 2 weeks ago. Nah, that doesn't mean they're not investigating it. You know what that tells me? Because their lawyer said it out loud. You know what that tells me? That they're investigating something else. It tells me that they probably saw something that completely ruled that out, and they're investigating something else. Like I told you, they're probably investigating something else. Right? Because think about this. If the lawyers were all in on this plot, think about what I'm about to say to you, because you're going to not catch what I say. Everybody's trying to say, yo, the lawyers are all in on it. They're all in on this shit. If the lawyers were in on it, he would have never said that. He would have never said that. Let me say this again. if the lawyers were all in on this shit, like some of y'all think they were with the state, he would have never revealed that. In fact, he would have straight up lied, knowing that nobody was going to say nothing about it. The fact that he's told the open truth about that situation on there, it shows me, hey man, they looking at something else. And I'm just being honest with you, because he could have straight up just lied and nobody probably would have said nothing. Think about this. The person who asked the questions in the general public was Nancy Grace after Tatum came out and talked about those stress tests or those lie tests, right? Nancy Grace was the one who came out putting pressure on Tatum and then putting pressure on them lawyers. The lawyers could have sat up there and said, oh, well, we agree with Tatum. They all took him except for one. They didn't say that. They told the truth. He even told the truth about the boat. So listen to what I just told you. And to the person who said they're selling wolf tickets, I'm sorry, they're not selling wolf tickets. And here's the reason why I have to tell you the truth on my channel. I can't lie to you on my channel. The reason why I'm telling you they're not lying and they're not selling wolf tickets is because you're dealing with private citizens. Before this case even came up, all those boys were private citizens. The fact they were private citizens, if anybody comes on the internet and suggests that they committed a murder and there's been no arrest, no charges, none of that, that is instant defamation per se, and against a private citizen is easy work for a private citizen to win a lawsuit like that. Multi-millions against some people who got it. You need to learn the law, man. And this is why I tell people, y'all get mad at me when y'all come to my channel, but I tell y'all the truth about the law. I tell y'all the truth about the law. I don't come on here and just make shit up, because I want my people to be educated and understand. When you're talking about a private citizen, and you're talking about defamation per se, the bar is very low for a private citizen to win a lawsuit. Case in point, when Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco came out and they repeated a report about the girl who was at the Usher Raymond concert, and they repeated a report that said that girl, that she lost her husband and he was filing for a divorce, and it all came out to be a lie. She was never married or nothing. What did she do? She sued him. They instantly settled. Why? She was a private citizen. Shannon Sharp wasn't trying to go to court and get his clock cleaned. So this is why I'm trying to tell y'all, you have to look, and the whole situation with Tasha K and Cardi B is completely different. That should show y'all that it's even more serious, because you got Cardi B, who's a public figure, and Meg Thee Stallion, who's a public figure, who won lawsuits against content creators. They have an even harder standard to win a lawsuit, and they won big lawsuits against content creators. So that should have shown everybody right there. The fact that you had public figures come out where the bar is way high for them to win a defamation lawsuit. And not only did you have Cardi B, but you had Meg Thee Stallion both win those type of lawsuits against content creators. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So, but against a private citizen, man, bro, like, and this is why we trying to say on my channel, people don't understand this. Against a private citizen, you cannot come online and insinuate that they committed a murder, especially if you have some type of following. You can't do it without 100% evidence, meaning the police have arrested them, they've been charged with murder, or you have to be able to go in court with evidence that's admissible in the court of law to prove they committed this, or else you'll get crushed in discovery. You'll get crushed in discovery. And you can only permit and submit evidence that's submittable in a court of law, not public opinion. Right? So, yeah, man. And I'm gonna tell you what I've heard they're doing. They're targeting out the top ones. The top content creators that have been suggesting this on social media, on YouTube, on X, they're getting those top ones. And some of the ones that have been doing a lot, making a lot of viewership with this content and saying the things they've been saying. Right? So that's why I said that to you. But let's get back to this. So they're not, if you want me to tell you the truth, they're not selling wolf tickets. And the only reason why they have not filed lawsuits right now, and some people have already got cease and desist notices, they probably haven't just said it to the public yet. But The only thing they're waiting on is when the grand jury drop. When that grand jury report drop, and this is how you know law. And any lawyer worth they salt will tell you I ain't lying. When the grand jury report drops, if none of those boys are accused of murder, everybody who defamed them are going to lose in court. Because you're talking about a private citizen who was not charged in or accused of a murder by a police department investigation. That's an easy win. They're private citizens. The bar is extremely low because they're private citizens. And you can't say, oh, well, I got freedom of speech. Freedom of speech don't mean nothing in court. People don't understand that. Oh, well, I said allegedly. You can't hide behind allegedly, or, oh, well, I heard or said. No, they don't work in court. In a court of law, if you insinuate that a private citizen committed a murder and this person has not been arrested, there's no evidence that is submissible in court to prove they aren't, you're toast, man. Especially if a grand jury comes out and don't charge them with murder. So all they're going to do is wait for the last step. The grand jury come out. The next grand jury is supposed to convene the second week in October. They're going to wait to the end and watch. They're going to instantly file these lawsuits because it's going to be hard for them to prove something. Because guess what? And this is how you have to be educated. And when I say this, people get mad at me for telling the truth, right? And this is why you don't speculate. Because here's the thing too. And I told y'all what they're doing and why they're doing it. Everybody said the other day when they went down to the island, everybody said, well, why did they go down to the island again? You know why they went down to the island? So when they take your motherfucking ass to court, they can tell the judge, hey, look, they're talking all this. They didn't even go down and see the actual scene that they're talking about. A crime was allegedly committed. They're just talking on the internet. We actually went down there and investigated. See, that's going to go a long ways in court too. Because when they ask you, well, did you investigate the scene? What evidence did you collect from the scene to prove your statements? That's why I told y'all I seen what the setup was for. When them lawyers went down to the island to look at the whole, everybody was like, why were they going to investigate? It didn't catch up with people's brains. That is a number one strategy they're going to use in court, period. And they're going to say, hey, man, did any of these people go down to the island and investigate before they came on and made these slanderous statements? Did any of these people see the actual conditions of the water of the island? Did any of these people examine or question any of the people that was down there? This is the reason why them lawyers went down there. Trust what I tell you. And when they go to court and do that, this is how you get crushed instantly. Now, you don't have to believe me, but you might want to call a civil lawyer and ask them if I'm lying or not. And they're going to tell you, hey, man, look, take it telling the truth. These are facts. When you're dealing with a private citizen, the bar is completely different for defamation per se. You can go look this up. You can call a civil lawyer and ask them. Call any civil lawyer you want to call and ask them if I'm lying. And they'll tell you I'm not lying. Right? So that's why I said, right? And to the man who says investigating what they ain't did nothing. Well, you don't know what they did, Queen's Love. You're beautiful, Queen's Love, but you don't know what they did. I like Queen's Love, but you don't know what they did. You're saying that investigating what? But baby girl, you don't know what they did. You don't know. You don't know what was going on down there. See, that's the thing. If you didn't go down there, you don't know. But the point that they went down there, it was for a reason. Right? This is why you always saw, let me give you an example. Back on shows like Matlock. I grew up, I love watching Perry Mason, Matlock, all these shows. But back in that show, what did Ben Matlock always do? He went and checked out the scene of whatever happened. When he was defending the client, he always went and checked out the scene himself. So if you're saying shit on the internet, you better have taken your ass out there to be able to answer these questions about the condition of the island. You're not going to be able to do that just talking on YouTube. Right? You're not listening to what I'm saying, man. Queen's Love. You're not understanding what I'm saying, baby. This is all due respect to you, right? Because I don't have no disrespect for you. I'm telling you the truth about how this works, right? You have to go and you can't listen. You cannot sit on the internet without any type of resources except for TikTok, X. That's not going to work in court. That's an illusion. You have to. That's why I said everybody need to be following Ben Crump. Ma'am, you said, why would you? Ma'am, because if you come on the internet and you make a statement and suggest that somebody committed a murder and you didn't even go see the actual scene of where that brother died and do any type of investigation, and all the information you're going to use is what you got off X or TikTok, you're going to get your ass crushed in court. Meanwhile, them boys got lawyers who went down there on the island and investigated that whole scene. So when they go in court, they can tell you specific things about the island you can't say. That's why I said what I said to people on the internet, but people don't want to listen to that part. No, you sound I don't have disrespect for you. Now, because some people act like I be having disrespect. No, I would never have no disrespect for you. I'm just, it has to make sense to y'all. And this is what I'm saying to people. It have to make sense to y'all. So when them white boys lawyer went down there to the island, they were setting up for the lawsuit. That's the setup for the lawsuit right there. Y'all keep talking about the audio. I keep telling y'all this. The audio cannot be used in a court of law. It is not authenticated. That is the reason why this audio is not even a part of this case. That girl would have been called down to the police station. The FBI would have been all over her. Ben Crump and them would have been talking about how they didn't investigate her audio. This is the part y'all don't understand, man. And I come on the internet every day and I tell people the truth and they get mad at me. When I tell people the absolute truth. And if you try to take that audio in court, you're going to get shut down instantly. Right? And to the person who said most content creators haven't seen them accused. No, they've insinuated these guys murder somebody. And that mere insinuation is defamation per se against a private citizen. Period. I can show you 100 videos. The audio has not been, listen, the audio has not been authenticated by the only person in this world that can authenticate an audio in an investigation is a forensic audio specialist. That's the only person. There is nobody else that can authenticate an audio in this criminal case or in this death investigation, whichever it may be. Right? Y'all need to look this stuff up, man. Right? Right? So this is the absolute truth I'm telling y'all. Right? I'm telling y'all this. Right? You have to have a forensic audio specialist. They're the only ones that can do it. A forensic audio specialist. Y'all don't have to believe me. You can look this up. Right? They had none of them have done it. None of them have done it. It cannot be authenticated by an expert witness. That's a lie. That is a stone cold lie. An expert witness cannot authenticate an audio. The only person in this world that can authenticate that audio is a forensic. And everybody get mad. They leave when I tell the truth. They get mad and leave the chat. When I tell the honest to God truth, this shit is amazing to me, yo. You tell the truth in this world and people get up and leave because you don't tell them exactly what they want to hear. I am just flabbergasted, man. And I have no reason to come in here and lie. I have nothing against that girl. But if you think you're going to take that shit to court and when you're going to get all your shit taken from you, easy. I keep telling y'all this. And to the person that said the judge will lie, no, it's not on a judge. Listen, once again, I don't think you understand what I'm saying to you, son. I don't think you understand what I'm saying to you, son. Right? 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 So when you talk about, right? Right? And it has to go through the forensic audio specialist, and then a judge will decide. That's how it works. That's how it works. Let me say it to you again. Let me say it to you again. Right? Listen to what I'm saying to y'all now. Because I don't think people understand that, man. Right? I don't think that people understand what I'm saying. Right? So this is why I'm saying to y'all what I'm saying, man. Right? And let me put this on the screen. I want to, because I don't want to give y'all like bad information. I just want to tell the truth, man. You can get mad at me, but it's not, I don't understand why you would get mad at me for keeping it real. Right? I just don't, man. So basically what happens is a forensic audio specialist will analyze, authenticate it, and then a judge will accept it or not accept it. That's how it happens. The original raw audio is real. The enhanced version has not been authenticated. Anybody who works in the court system know I ain't lying. Anybody who works in the courts, they know I'm not lying, bro. Right? So when you say the audio, no, the original raw audio is real. The original raw audio, yeah, that's real. The enhanced version is not authenticated. Right? Listen what I'm saying to y'all. Listen what I'm saying to y'all. So what happens is a forensic audio specialist has to authenticate that audio. They have rejected the audio. I told y'all this. So they, first of all, they would have to get a forensic audio specialist to accept the audio. Then, not only that, right? Not only that, but then on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, on top of that, a judge would have to rule it admissible in court. This is one, and a judge is not going to rule it admissible if it has not been authenticated by a forensic specialist. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all this. And that's the truth. Listen, I swear you can ask any lawyer. Don't get mad at me, please. Just ask any lawyer. Just ask any lawyer worth their salt that have been involved in these criminal cases. Trust what I'm telling y'all this. Right? So I don't want to come on here and make it seem like I'm tearing down on somebody. I just can't come on my channel and say something that I know is not true. It's just not in me, my nigga. So when you see like 100 people leave, because I'm not telling them what they want to hear on a certain topic, that's not cool. Right? So that's what I'm talking about, man. Right? So when you're talking about audio, if all I do is raise or lower the level, the time should never change. But the time on her audio is 20 seconds longer. And that's the problem. It has a different digital footprint.
Where if we can prove you said it, the damage is assumed. One of those is the moral compunction of having been involved in a violent crime. Now, an exception to that, which doesn't make it okay to defame, but it changes the standard, is if someone is assumed to be a public figure for the purpose of this, that this is now an open and notorious case.
Oh, you said what happens to Tatum? If I'm the parents, I sue Tatum for making false statements in the public. See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. This is a two-way street. This is a two-way street. And this is why I keep trying to tell y'all this shit. You said what happened to Tatum. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. The parents will sue the goddamn draws off Tatum because Tatum have made so many statements in this case. As a matter of fact, if I was the parents, I would be looking to sue Tatum right now because of what he was talking about with those tests. I would sue his ass right now If I was the parents, they have a legit, their lawyer just came out and stated none of his clients have taken that test or any type of test. He said only one dude and one girl took a stress test or some of the equivalent. So those the parents of Nolan Wells, I'll sue the shit out of Officer Brandon Tatum because he lied. That nigga came out here and he stood on that shit. He was acting like, yeah, man, he's some good. He acted like he knew these dudes for like he came up in a box with him. He lied. I would sue his ass off the knot for that shit. Straight up. Then I'm gonna tell y'all something else. And I should have went back to that when I was over there. Something else I noticed too. And listen, you gotta love how Nancy Grace jumped on their ass today. I love Nancy Grace the way she interviewed. I don't like Nancy Grace, but I love how she interviewed them today. Because they need those type of interviews. And everybody does, not just them. Everybody was on that island needs them type of interviews. Everybody need to be grilled to the, I don't care if you're innocent or not, you need to get grilled to the T if you was on that island. You need to get grilled to the T in these interviews. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, Nancy Grace, she said something. And it was funny to me the answer he gave. And that was the dude with the hat on that said Carl Cox, Donald Trump's lawyer. She asked him, well, how did you get referred and get on this case? He didn't want to answer it at first. Go. See I try to tell y'all some shit, man. She asked him, how did he get on this case? $1 million question. $1 million question. $1 million question she asked that dude, bro. That dude was jumping, bro. He was like, oh, well, you know, a friend of a friend. Hold on. First, he didn't want to say nothing. He didn't want to tell her. Then she grilled him on it. I like that. And they kind of got upset a little bit. You can see the tensions rising, but it came back down when Nancy was really kind of getting on their helmet. You know what I'm saying? I like how she questioned him, though. Now, Nancy did seem like she believed that photo and that video of them on that boat. But she did push back on that photo and said, well, was it search with a dog? Was it this? Was it that? Those were great questions, man. I can't lie, man. Nancy Grace did a great job. That was the best effing interview of all of this whole time. That was the best interview out of any interview. That one Nancy Grace did tonight. That was the best one because she went toe to toe with their ass. And she wasn't letting them just say anything. And them going on Nancy Grace, they had to know she was going to come with it. Because you know how Nancy be doing with her people, her guests. Right? Right? So Nancy is like, she kind of like, she feel like, why would they be doing all this shit if they're guilty? Like, but she had to grill their ass. And she got some good answers out of them too. I ain't gonna front. Nancy Grace got some good ass. She got some shit that Tatum would have never got. He'd have never asked them these type of questions. He'd have never asked them that.
Notorious case, and therefore they are public people, and therefore the standard would have to be higher, known as reckless disregard, which means
I told y'all this. Now look, see, Chris Cuomo and them, they all be listening to your boy. Remember I told y'all the difference between a public and the private citizen? Chris Cuomo and the lawsuits. This is why everybody on social media need to educate themselves. When you're talking about a private citizen, bro, that's the quickest way to get your ass sued immediately. When we talk online every day, we talk about public figures and stuff, it's a higher bar. It's harder to get sued, so most of them ain't gonna waste their time. But when you're talking about a private citizen, the ball game completely changes. And that's what Chris Cuomo's talking about right now. And anybody who knows true law knows I ain't lying about that shit.
Notorious case, and therefore they are public.
Murder covering up a murder, destroying evidence, you name it, they've done it.
So one step down the road, or pick a metaphor, into the weeds for the non-legal people. You have two different categories of defamation. You have per se and per quad. Per se is there's certain categories where if we can prove you said it, the damage is assumed. One of those is the moral compunction of having been involved in a violent crime. Now, an exception to that, which doesn't make it okay to defame, but it changes the standard, is if someone is assumed to be a public figure for the purpose of this, that this is now an open and notorious case, and therefore they are public people, and therefore the standard would have to be higher, known as reckless disregard, which means you knew what you were saying wasn't true. It's not just an opinion. It just not could be true. You know it's not true, and you said it anyway.
Yes.
Counsel Cox, which standard do you think applies and why?
Well, here in Mississippi, the slander per se, would apply. These boys have been accused of infamous crimes, and you know, what more infamous and how much more infamous can you get than murder? I can't think of a more infamous crime, to be quite frank with you. And I think slander per se is the one that applies here.
Per se, I told y'all this.
Three are not public figures.
I try to tell y'all this, and this is how them lawyers gonna operate. Didn't I tell y'all all this shit? I told everybody on the internet this shit. They don't listen to me. Them lawyers is already setting it up. I've been told y'all. So when Chris Cuomo and them talking about this is why I told everybody on the internet, and everybody got mad at me, and I'm trying to talk in code and send all these content creators a message. Yo, listen, bro. These are private citizens. You got to watch what you're saying because they can sue you easily and take everything you got. And it's not going to be funny when you come to the internet and have to start doing send goals and asking people for donations because you jumped off the cliff and now you need $100,000 for a defamation lawyer, for a lawyer. You need $100,000 at least to fight, or more, to fight a case like that against these type of lawyers. This is why I try to tell people this stuff, man. But when y'all don't want to listen, y'all come and get mad at me and shit like this. I be trying to get y'all a game, my nigga. Now look, this just dropped 2 hours ago. I've been telling y'all this for days on this channel. They all been listening to what I've been saying. Trust me, them big dog, they listen to what I be talking about. That's why he brought that up. And I told y'all what he said. He said defamation per se, and to the person of the lawsuit will drag on for years. No, it won't. Here's the reason why it won't. And this is the part you don't understand, man. The reason why it won't is because the person getting sued won't want it to. Let me repeat myself again. The person getting sued won't want it to. Why? Because their legal fees are going to be out the ass the longer it goes. They're going to want to get this shit out of here, bro. Most of them going to settle. So for the person who said these lawsuits drag on, see, this is what happens when you don't know about law. And I'm explaining something to y'all. Most of these people are going to settle immediately. They're going to have to come to a settlement because they're going to realize they don't have the money to go the distance in a civil case for years. You know how much money you'll pay for a lawyer for years in a civil case? You better have around $250,000, $300,000. That shit ain't cheap. So most of these people be looking, hey man, let me go ahead and just settle this shit right now. And then you got to pay $500,000, $1 million. So for you to say that, man, bro, you got to learn. See, this is why I'm here to help teach y'all truth things. You keep talking about the court calendar, bro. We're not talking about the court calendar. What the hell is you talking about? You said that the case will drag on for years. I'm telling you that the people getting sued will not want it to drag on for years. It hurts them. The people that's getting sued, bro. Hey, do y'all see why I be getting mad on this channel now? When you try and explain something to somebody, they don't understand. Bro, the longer the civil case goes, the more money a defendant will have to pay in legal fees. And guess what? Here's the thing. If you don't win, guess what? Not only will you pay your legal fee, you'll pay their legal fees too. Which means all that money that they got on the give send goes to pay for these top-notch lawyers will go right back in their pocket, and you got to pay that shit. This is the part where you don't understand. So when I'm telling you people don't want to go the distance, I'm saying it's because they got to pay their lawyers more money the longer the case goes. You're going to have to pay more money for discoveries, all these different things. What are you talking about? You say you worked in law for 12 years? Okay, where you work at? Where you work at? Where you work at? Where you work at? Your name is Random Chick. Where you work at? Let's make it known right now. Where you work at? Let's make it known right now. Where you work at? I'm putting you on the spot. Where you work at? You worked in law for 12 years. Where you work at? Where you worked at? What were you? You a paralegal? Where are you? You'll tell me offline. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Anybody trying? Come on, man. If you ain't gonna stand on it, don't stand on me. Stand on it then. You couldn't have worked at it offline and you talking like that. I'm telling y'all the honest to God truth. Right? Well, Nancy Grace, she did a great job with this, and I don't like Nancy Grace. She did a great job. And Nancy Grace, I'm going to tell y'all something. Everybody in this case need to be interviewed by Nancy Grace. Every person that's involved in this case, whether it's hidden identity or what, because Nancy Grace is going to ask all the right questions. She not finna sit up there and play with you. Nancy Grace don't even like the people that's her friends. Look how she talked to people on her show that's her friends. She need to interview everybody. See, them interviews, you're going to see who get caught in what. Those are the type of interviews. Shout out my boy Greenleaf in the building. Those are the type of interviews that's needed. But when I say this stuff to y'all, man, bro, I'm not lying to y'all in here, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, that's why them lawyers sitting up there right now, they say defamation per se, slander per se. What does that mean, y'all? Look up, do your homework. Get into your legal books. Learn law. Defamation per se, slander per se against a private citizen. All you got to do is come on the internet and say, yeah, man, my opinion, man, I think they killed them boys. That's slander and defamation per se. If you do not have 100% proof, bulletproof, which clears a high burden in a court of civil law. That means you damn near got to have them being arrested, charged, and convicted. I'm telling you, each lawyer is not going to present the law in their favor. A lawyer cannot present the law in your favor. The law is the same. So a lawyer cannot present the law in their favor. The law is the same. The law is the same. Now, certain lawyers would tell clients certain things because they just want to get their money. Like you got certain clients that represent gangsters, thugs, and all these other people doing these crimes. They'll keep doing it because they're going to get money from them dudes. They'll lie to them dudes every day and say, yeah, man, we'll get you, do this, do that. He's innocent. They know they're guilty as fuck. They can get them check. You know what I'm saying? So they'll do everything they can to manipulate the law. Right? And those are mainly in criminal situations. Right? But in civil situations, it's different. It's different. Right? Excuse me, you said they're not travel state. No, listen, here's the thing. Because you're out of state, the case will be in Mississippi because the person who's suing you is in Mississippi. This is the part you got to understand, sir. Timmy Rath, I'm talking to you. So you said every content creator lives in a different state. They'll have to go to Mississippi to go to court. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. So when you hear these lawyers talking about this, I told y'all they're setting up the parameters. There's a reason why they went down to the island. So when they go to court, they can't say I ain't going down to the island and check out the scene. They can say, hey, man, I went down there and examined the scene of his death. We saw this, and this. And then when they turn and ask you, well, what investigators did you have go down there? What did you see? What did you observe? What did you? And you tell them, well, I didn't go down to the island. Well, who did you have investigate? I didn't have any investigators. You're done. You're going to get cooked. You're going to get cooked. When I saw them lawyers go down there, I already knew what the fuck type time they was on. Everybody was wondering, why did those lawyers go down there? They went down there because they're setting up their civil cases right now. That's why they went down there. Y'all, you got to understand this. They playing chess, not checkers. That's why you got to play chess back. So that, oh, I think I did this. I think I did that. Nah, man. Oh, I think he did this, or y'all, or yeah, man, you know, I believe they all guilty, man. This, that, and the third. Bro, that's what you call slander and defamation per se. Against a private citizen, you toast. The bar is very low. Very low. Now, listen to this right here. That's why he's talking about this shit. Them people ain't slick. Them people
their claim to be would apply. These boys have been accused of infamous crimes, and you know, what more infamous and how much more infamous can you get than murder? I can't think of a more infamous crime, to be quite frank with you. And I think slander per se is the one that applies here.
Slander per se applies
here.
Three
are not public figures.
They're not public figures, he said.
They never claimed to be public figures.
They never claimed to be.
They were thrust into this simply
they were thrust
and only because a group of, I would say, ill-intentioned people on the internet have decided and labeled them as murderers, as killers. The worst thing that you can be labeled or called. And so that's.
And now this is how you know he coming at content creators. Because he said a group of people on the internet. I'm telling y'all who they going after right now. All the top content creators on YouTube that have been doing all them numbers, talking about this shit, they going after all of them. They're going to get a lot of fucking money, bro. Because they're private citizens. I don't want it to be like that. I'm just going to tell you the truth, though. You want me to lie? You want me to tell you the truth? See what I'm saying? To the person who said, doesn't a lawyer have to be licensed? No, he does not have to be licensed. He's working with co-counsel. All he had to do is do one thing, and that's called pro hac visa for one time only, baby. Do you know what that means? That means I can practice law in your state for this time. File pro hac visa and you straight. But he already got local counsel that's from Mississippi. So lawyers do that all the time. They team up with local counsel. That way it makes their cases easier. So once, see how you put it in all caps? See how I got the answers for you? I ain't got to look none of this shit up because it's in my brains. I know the law. I studied this shit. That's what you call pro hac visa for one time only. That means when you see Brian Steele go to California and represent Lil Durk, guess what he files? Pro hac visa to be able to practice law in another state. That's how you file in the paperwork. I know you think I'm lying, but I'm telling y'all the truth. The honest to God truth. So help me God. Right?
That's the way I look at this. It's plain and simple. It's cut and dry. These boys are not public figures, have never claimed to be. And they're only in this now because people are calling them horrible names, horrible things. They're getting death threats online. They're being confronted in public. Their lives are upended. And the only thing they've ever done was try to help. These boys are innocent, Chris.
Now, when you're talking about people who may have defamed your clients, Counsel Paltzig, you are not talking about the Wells family. Am I correct?
Correct.
All
Correct. We're
now,
not.
I told y'all, he said they're not talking about Nolan's family. Didn't I tell y'all this? Didn't I tell y'all Nolan's family, Ben Crump, none of those people said that about those boys. That's why I kept telling people on the internet, y'all niggas get mad at me for telling y'all the truth, bro. These niggas on the internet, they get so mad at me for telling the truth, bro. They go to another channel. Oh man, that nigga ticket man. No, I'm saying the truth. The lawyer just told you, no, we're not suing the Wells. They're not even going to be able to sue Ben Crump. Ben Crump is not stupid like people on the internet. They're coming right for these content creators. The ones that's doing all these views saying this shit, they're coming right for them. And they're going right for slander and defamation per se in the state. And you got to fight that in the state of Mississippi. That's what I'm saying, bro. What the fuck you think gonna happen? That's why I be trying to say it. But people don't want to listen to me. When I tell niggas the truth on YouTube, y'all get mad and run away. And you got to fight them in Mississippi, in their backyard. What you think gonna happen? They gonna break these niggas' banks. I told y'all they gonna take every weave out that house. I try to tell y'all this shit, man. These motherfuckers gonna be on YouTube tomorrow talking about some. Can y'all start me a GoFundMe, a Give Send Go? I'm telling y'all this shit. I need y'all to back me up. They coming for me. Nah, nigga, you was talking all that hot boy shit. You talking all that hot girl shit. Come bring your ass. Prove all that shit you was saying in court. And nigga getting, I'm telling y'all, when niggas get in that position, once they get that paperwork and shit, and they see how real that shit is, and they ain't got that bread, that nigga start crying when they start breaking their life down. I'm trying to tell y'all this shit, bro. If you ain't really built for that shit mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, sit down. You can't go to war if you ain't got your money right. And a lot of these people, they just made this money just from this. They're going to lose all that money in court. And to the dude who says YouTube lawyer, nah, ain't no YouTube lawyer. Bro, we call real lawyers around here, bro. I don't know the fuck you think I am, bro. Big dog in real life, nigga. In real life, nigga. We do this for real. To the person that I'm talking, nah, nigga, I'm walking this shit, nigga. I'm walking this shit. That's why you study to show yourself approved, brother. When you go to class, when you're in college all these years, you go to class, you study to show yourself approved, brother. Let's keep going.
We are not planning any legal action against the Wells family, obviously.
There is intrigue. Speaking to other counsel who is representing someone else who was involved and absolutely has been dragged into it, and there have been all kinds of suggestions. And there's this alleged audio tape that's been sweetened that has an account that is not backed up by any witnesses, to my understanding. The question is, what do you understand at this time to be the best reckoning of the investigators of what happened?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because I can't answer it, but I can answer it this way. We've been very consistent all along. We do not know how Nolan Wells died. And our side, we have refrained very carefully from speculating, guessing. We're not going to do that. But what we do know is this. We know that Warren, Morgan, and Jax had nothing whatsoever to do with Nolan's tragic death. And that's what we want to emphasize. And if I may just add just one thing on the previous point, and you nailed it. Your recitation of defamation law was largely correct, which is that, look, our three fine young men here, they were private, anonymous individuals minding their own business, living their lives, great people. And then this happened. They did not thrust themselves into this controversy. They are defending themselves, and they were forced to defend themselves. And only after the fact, only after they were accused of committing infamous crimes, did they then take the steps to defend themselves. So they are, by any measure, by any reckoning, they are private individuals.
I told y'all this. And them lawyers telling y'all the same shit I was telling you. This Donald Trump's lawyer. This Donald Trump's lawyer telling you the same shit I've been telling y'all for the last 3 weeks. Am I lying? Everybody in the comment section that been hearing me tell y'all this, press 1. Keep it 100, man. If you've been hearing me say that same shit about them boys being private citizens, press 1. Everybody, y'all seen all these people on the internet get mad at me. But I've been telling the truth to these niggas, man. And I already knew how they was going to do the play. I already seen it. Because they know that a lot of these people don't know the law. They think they can say, hey man, freedom of speech or this, that, the third. I try to tell y'all that shit. That freedom of speech shit do not work in court. It don't work in court, man. I be trying to tell these cats, man, this shit be crazy, man. You hear Donald Trump's lawyer saying the same shit I told y'all tonight. This just came out 2 hours ago tonight. I'm listening to this for the first time right now. And I've been telling you, and these are the top lawyers. You know how much money in litigation this dude has won for Donald Trump? And y'all know I don't like Trump on this channel. But this dude has won so much money in litigation. Bro, this shit ain't even funny. Right? Listen to what I just said. To the person, hold on. Let me answer the question to you, my brother. Great question. Mo, 8166. Salute, my G. Let me answer the question for you, dog. Brother, everybody, I want to say this again to everybody listening. He says, if you don't know how he died, how the hell you know who or who didn't have something to do with it, him dying? My brother, that's what I'm saying, man. You're making my point, brother. Are you not understanding what I'm saying, homie? That's what the fuck I'm saying, bro. You're making my point and you don't even know it. My whole point is how can people come out here and accuse somebody of a murder and we ain't even heard the information from the grand jury or from Ben Crump's investigators yet? This is the whole reason why I said I have not came out here and accused none of these boys of nothing until we get all the details and all the facts, brother. Do you understand what I just said now, homie? Please let me know in the comment section, Mo. Please, because I don't understand it, my brother. This is what you just said is exactly what I've been saying the whole time, homie. Period. That's my whole point. I'm waiting on you to answer that question, brother. Mo, I'm waiting on you to answer that, brother. Let me know when you answer that.
Or in a lawsuit, they would be private plaintiffs, and that would be a negligence.
Listen to what he said again,
not
y'all.
actual. They are anonymous individuals minding their own business, living their lives, great people. And then this happened. They did not thrust themselves into this controversy. They are defending themselves, and they were forced to defend themselves. And only after the fact, only after they were accused of committing infamous crimes, did they then take the steps to defend themselves. So they are, by any measure, by any reckoning, they are private individuals, or in a lawsuit, they would be private plaintiffs. And that would be a negligence standard, not actual malice.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Summer's here. Colostrum that you can pack it when I travel. I look a fair. But look, any way it is reckoned within the law, there's obviously an issue for concern. There's a lot of wild stuff out there. Look, I have people accusing me of having some kind of information because I have sources close to the investigation who are doing what sources do, which is yap.
Okay.
And saying what they've heard about the autopsy. If they're wrong, then I correct it. And that's called journalism. It's called reporting. And they're saying, oh, but it's under seal. So Cuomo must have some kind of inside part of the role of the invest. This is just all bullshit intrigue.
Hey, see, he heard me. He heard me. That mofo heard me. Cuomo heard me. I'm the only nigga they called Cuomo out. Cuomo heard me and y'all went back and told him. He heard me, y'all. Cuomo, boy, you heard me what I said, Cuomo. Cuomo heard what I said and he went on his channel. Y'all hear what he just said? He said, well, they're talking about how I get this information. Yeah, I called you out, Cuomo. Do y'all see the big dogs listen to your boy? The big dogs. Did you just hear what he just said? Oh, they're saying, huh? Now he's trying to walk back how he got that information. Didn't I been telling y'all on this channel? Cake been baked. Cake been baked. Didn't I tell y'all on this channel? I said to y'all, how in the blue hell these people been getting all this information when it's private information? It's a sealed investigation. How did he know about what's in the autopsy when he said he got it from people linked to the actual investigation? No. You heard it from the other channels because I said it and they repeated what I said. I've been saying it, and they repeat what I said. That's facts. I'm the first one that called that shit out, and they repeat what I said. And I said it again today. I said it a couple days ago when Cuomo first said that shit. And people went and repeated what I said. Got back to him. He said exactly what I called him out on. Cuomo, no, he probably be listening right now. Cuomo, ain't nothing against you, dog. But I'm just saying, man, if them people parents ain't find out what's going on, but the media is, they playing dirty down there. And you know it. Y'all peep game now. Peep game. Hold on. Let me say this to y'all. They all listen to me. I said it first. Y'all don't understand I'm a big dog over here? We got damn near 100-something million views on this channel too. You think ain't nobody watching? They all watching. I told y'all I'm connected to the highest level. That's a fact. You understand what I'm saying? So when I tell y'all these type of things, and I know the cats that be doing the biggest interviews with all the biggest stars, all the biggest people that y'all see on the internet. Come on, man, stop this. Stop this. Stop this. So that's what I said. That's why he acting like that. Because I said that first days ago, and they listen to me, and they go back and repeat the same thing. How is he getting this information? I told y'all this. All I got to do is send the back call out. It's going to get around. The same way I've been telling y'all all this shit about the defamation. Watch. And when this shit go down, everybody going to be saying the same thing I told y'all months ago. Months ago. Watch what I told y'all this. Why y'all think they start talking about the things I talked about on this show today? Everything I told y'all they talking about right now on this show today. The defamation per se, slander per se, private citizens. They talking about everything. How Cuomo getting all that information about the autopsy and the toxicology when it ain't been released to the public. He talking about all this today. I've been telling y'all this on this channel, and they all listen. They all listen, bro. They know they listening, man. Everybody listening, nigga. Let's keep going. They might not agree with what I say, but they all listening.
Bullshit intrigue. I don't have anything. I don't even know where the investigation out there. Look, I have people accusing me of having some kind of information because I have sources close to the investigation who are doing what sources do, which is yap. And saying what they've heard about the autopsy. If they're wrong, then I correct it, and that's called journalism.
Nah, ain't no if they wrong. Cuomo's not going to be able to get around that. You know why Cuomo's not going to be able to get around that? Because he said this is not, he stood on his reporting and said it like it was guaranteed fact. Go back and listen to what Cuomo said. Go back and listen to what Cuomo said. Cuomo said guaranteed fact when he was talking about, he said that this is not up for speculation when he talked about the autopsy. When he talked about the toxicology, he said this ain't up for debate. That's exactly what he said. And I called him out on that shit. As soon as I called him out, everybody else started listening. Don Lemon, all these other, all dudes listen to me, man. Trust me. Y'all, you have to know, bro. A lot of shit y'all don't know is behind the scenes. But all the big dogs listen to your boy. Trust that. And believe that. Let's keep going.
Reporting and there's but it's under seal, so Cuomo must have some kind of inside part of the role of the this is just all bullshit intrigue. I don't have anything I don't even know where the investigator's office, the prosecutor's office is.
But now you don't know Cuomo.
Where the sheriff is.
Okay,
but
buddy.
This is a brave new world of true crime, and I understand why these families want their sons protected to the extent they can be. Counsel Cox, what is the relevance of Nolan Wells' phone?
Well, so about the phone is that from the very beginning that others have made it an issue and have said, falsely, of course, that these boys deleted text messages, deleted Snapchats, got into his phone. All of that is untrue. And a few weeks ago, I heard it just like you did, just like America heard it, that Ben Crump his client by the hand and walk up the steps of the Jackson County Courthouse. And when they came out, said they are going to cooperate with law enforcement, that they're going to turn over the phones to investigators, have everybody have an opportunity to see it.
See, but he said with a third party present. See, you ain't adding that. He said he wanted to do it with the FBI and with his investigators as well. That's exactly what he said. He didn't just say, hey, I want to hand it over and we just, he didn't say that. See, you got to keep it 100 now, lawyer. He said that he wanted everybody who heard Ben Crump say that, y'all let it know in the comment section. Let that shit be known. We heard what Ben Crump said. Period. Period. You understand what I'm saying? Period. And I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I'm standing on business when I say that. Right? So let's keep going.
And it hasn't happened. And so the only relevance to Nolan's phone, the only relevance.
Hold on. To the brother in comment section. Smoky Moon. Brother, you said, why am I not cooking Chris Cuomo? Nigga, did you not just hear the video I just did before this? My brother, you might want to check the live stream I did before this. Before y'all talk, before you come on YouTube and run your mouth, brother, go listen to what I say, bro. Because y'all just be saying shit on the internet, bro. You gonna say why I'm not cooking him, bro? I just got finished cooking his ass that whole last video, bro. Stir-fed filet mignon, nigga. Go look at the last video I just did on Tatum. I just gave him that work, bro. What is you talking about, dog? Y'all niggas come on here, you don't even know what you talking about, bro. Sit down and shut up, nigga. You embarrass yourself, bro. I get some toilet tissue for you, man. So you can wipe that. Excuse me, sir. I already cooked his ass. What are you talking about? I just stir-fried his ass. And I just called him out again.
And it hasn't happened. And so the only relevance to Nolan's phone, the only relevance at all, has been what people have put on it. Nolan's phone was not hacked into. It wasn't deleted messages from our side, and it was handed over to Christine Wells and her friends that night. And so the only relevance that the phone has is what others have put on it, not us.
And what is your assertion, Mr. Palcic, as to why they haven't given the phone over?
That one I'm going to stay away from. I will let our litigation papers do the talking, and I also want to refrain from speculating. Because I wouldn't
see they saying some shit now. See, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I hope the family go ahead and get that phone up, man. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Nancy Grace said something on the other interview. I forgot to tell y'all about that goddamn phone. And that phone is crazy. That phone, not only they're gonna be looking at messages, y'all. And Nancy Grace said this, and I have to give it to Nancy Grace, man. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, bro. That phone is not only gonna show messages, but that phone is gonna show the coordinates. And that phone can help prove the boys guilty or innocent, man. Because the coordinates of that phone, and that can still be tracked. Where that phone was, man. At what time that phone were and what tower it pinged off of. When they turn over that phone, they can get all the forensic information off that phone. That's why that lawyer's looking like that and was like, hey, man, I ain't going to speculate. See, this is why I tell you, I got to pay attention to details, man. Y'all got to pay attention to details, man. But this is another reason why, yes, you can. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? With the phone, right? The phone, because the boys had the phone, it's going to ping wherever they were at. Like, it's going to show their location. So everybody who said, oh, they were here, they were there with the phone, it's going to show exactly where that phone was at. Because that phone's still pinging. That phone's still pinging off them towers. Once you get back towards that main land, that phone going to be pinging off them towers. Right? And to the person who said nobody leaves their phone, well, you have to think about the context. I had to think about this too, right? When I thought about the context, people in water that's up to their shoulders, you don't want to kind of leave it on the beach with 1,000 people there because somebody might steal it, right? If you have it on somebody else's boat, right? But think about this. If it was something wrong with their boat and they was trying to get up out of there quick, then they might have just left it with them. What do you mean if it wasn't turned off? It had to have been on. That phone had to have been on. And even if it was off, it can still ping. Don't you know that even if your iPhone is turned off, it can still ping? Like you can still locate your iPhone when your battery's dead. That's the crazy part about it. Like there's a feature that comes up on my iPhone when the battery's dead, I can still ping that shit. That's crazy, but it's true. That's crazy, but it's true. See, and that's what the thing, that's what people don't understand. That iPhone is more than just messages, y'all. That iPhone is gonna ping. You can't make up them ping locations from that iPhone, right? So I hope Ben Crump and them all get together this week and get this over with the phone, right? So we can ping that phone and see, did that phone boop, 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 boop. You see what I'm saying? Right? That's the thing about that phone. Like, let me tell y'all something. And if you don't believe me, let your iPhone die. Let your iPhone die. And then touch the touch the power button. There's a message that come up on the bottom of your screen. It lets you know that you can still locate that. This shit just happened to me the other day. Right? That phone is always pinging. Matter of fact, your iPhone have a feature on it. It's called Find My Phone. iPhone and Mac, Apple, they have this product that calls Find. You can find it. It's like an app that comes on the phone, right? So you can find anything that you got: MacBook, iPhone, iPad, tag, all that shit that's in there. You can find that shit just like that, and it's always gonna ping off of different towers, right? So that's the reason why, you guys, that is very important, man. Now, I don't know if somebody attacked him from behind, bro. I don't know how, bro. Listen, let me say this to you, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a lot of things going through my mind, bro. Right? It's a lot of things going through my mind. If you ask me to bet, and this is why people get mad at me on YouTube, man. I don't know why they get mad. If you ask me to bet everything I have in my channel, everything right now, just tell me to bet everything, I would bet he was on that island at between 5 and 6 o'clock. And I think something happened. Now, I would bet everything that he was on that island between 5 and 6 o'clock. I wouldn't bet on exactly what happened, but I think that it was some type of foul play. That's my feeling that's inside of me. I don't think it happened at 4:30 like everybody else. That shit was in front of everybody, bro. There's no trees, no nothing out there. I'm trying to tell people this. Like, if you do that and then dump a body right there in front of everybody, bro, and then there's no way his body would have been able to wash all the way over to the other side from where they were. There's no freaking way. You would have to listen. If they would have, think about this, if they would have unalived Nolan, this is the part nobody's talking about, and this is the reason why it's so important to see that phone. If they would have did that, that means they would have had to take in Nolan, right? Came back and put him on the other side. That shit would have been pinging all over there, if that's the case. And it would have happened right there in front of a lot of people. And then the GPS coordinates from the boat would have showed the boat went back, but it didn't. Right? Then you think about this, going back to a different boat at that time of night. I don't see it. I don't see it possible. That darkness out there, man, no dice. Because when you go back out there at dark and you got to come back in the night, it is so hard to drive a boat at night. You a young cat, you going out there alone, or you some young cats, bro, you do not want to get caught in the water at night, bro. You damn near need to be expert, because anything can happen to that boat at night. Right? So the person said, why would they be involved? Bro, you never know what it could have been. You never know if it could have been a scuffle on the island that happened afterwards. And somebody else, he got in a scuffle with somebody else, or something happened with somebody else that he didn't know, that they got the popping. Like, that's why I just be saying, yo, like, I ain't just trying to say one thing, bro. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be very honest with y'all, man. They're saying that the people who saw him knew him. That's why I want Nancy Grace and I want some of these other big time content creators to get the interview with that. Even if y'all have to hide the identity, get that interview so we can hear what they have to say. I want to hear what they have to say. They have the GPS coordinates. No, they have them from multiple. They've already talked about that. That was in the whatchamacallit. They got them from multiple boats. But to go out there at night, you guys can look this up, bro. To go out there at night, bro, you fuck, bro. You fuck, bro. You do not want to go out there, bro. To go out there at night is very difficult, bro. Very difficult. It's very difficult to be on the water at night. If you're not really an expert, it's difficult to be on that water at night, man. I'm just keep it real with y'all, man. Very difficult, man. You know, and they had a low ass boat too, man. And really, they wasn't even supposed to have that many people on that boat. The people they had on that boat, there was too many people. They ain't supposed to have more than 3 people on that boat. Right? That water is nothing to play with. People don't think. That's why I think people got to go out there and see this shit with their own eyes. Like, that water, especially at night, is nothing to play with, man. You get hit with a storm can come along out of nowhere, bro. You never take that risk. Let's keep going.
I would not have the foggiest notion. I wouldn't know why.
But that answer works as well. Let me ask you something that you would have reason to pursue. You say our clients, you and Cox obviously have the same position, which is your clients had nothing to do with this. How do you know they had nothing to do with it?
No, you're not listening, man. You're not listening. It doesn't matter if they frequent that area. Here's the part you don't understand. Riding a boat at night, if you are not an expert, right? I ain't talking about no young, I'm talking about a expert. First of all, riding at night is completely different than riding in the day. Completely different. See, if you've never rode a boat before, then you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm on boats, jet skis all the time. It's not a game. I rarely ever want to be on the water at night. Like I said, you get caught out there on the water at night, you get caught in a bad storm, you can die instantly. You ride a little boat like they have out there, man, that shit get flipped, it's over with. And you ain't gonna have nobody else out there to help you. It's not no lights, it's not no electricity, it's not none of that shit. All it takes is a little something to tip over that boat and you're done. Trying to tell you this. That's why I'm trying to tell you, like, I can't see that. But when you start talking about like factual things, people get mad.
Well, a few things. First of all, they're honest. And obviously we've spoken to them. But more importantly, we know beyond any dispute, beyond any doubt, from a variety of different sources and a variety of different pieces of evidence, we know that they were off that island at approximately 4:30 p.m. on July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could just take that a little bit further, and then I'm sure Tyler can elaborate, but essentially they were gone. And they were.
Hold on, to the brother in the comment section. You said they know how the investigation going. They have to know how the investigation is going. See, I want to say something to you. I don't want to insult you, but I want to educate you, brother. They have to know how the investigation is going. You know why? Because obviously the cops question them about this whole day. So they would be privy to this type of information. Anybody who was questioned on this will be privy to this information to some extent. So all the 60 plus people that was been interviewed, they're probably over 100 now. They all have to be privy to some aspect of this case, this investigation. Why? Because they're all going to be questioned because they're his friends and they were there. He went with them. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, homie. You feel me?
And they were gone hours before sunset. They were off that island. And then there are at least 2 credible witnesses, adults, upstanding members of the community. I won't name them on here out of respect for their privacy, who then saw Nolan at approximately 6 p.m. alive and well, still on the island. And if I may, just another 30 seconds, if I could just elaborate further.
Yeah, there's no time crunch here. You use the time as you want.
Sure, I want to be respectful of your time, but I'll just say this. I had never been to Mississippi before. Let me say this. This is a question I had that came to my mind too. They have to find this. And I think this will solve everything. Nobody has talked about this on YouTube. They'll talk about this after I tell y'all right now. Nobody has talked about this. Listen to what I'm about to tell y'all right now. I believe the police would have to ask this question too, being Crump's investigators. But here's a question I haven't heard anybody on the internet ask at all. Did the cops have anybody on the island that said that they were going to take or were supposed to take Nolan Wills home after 4:30? That's the $1 million question. If the cops have somebody that they've interviewed that said, yeah, Nolan was on the island with us. We told him we was going to take him back. We knew him. If there was somebody that was on that island after 4:30, remember now, nobody's talking about this. See, this is why I tell you, you have to open your brains. And this is why they had to find everybody that was on that island. They asked all these people. So this is a question nobody's asking. Nobody, except for me. The cops, Ben Crump's team, and everybody else. Listen, Queen's Love. Listen, baby. I'll put some on your mind. The boy said that, hey, man, Nolan always slept over our house, bro. We was always cool together. He always coming over. So Nolan, if that's the case, he would have known exactly where to go. He could have got somebody, hey, give me a ride over there. Boom. Or wherever they at. Boom. Here's the thing. I want y'all to listen to what I'm saying to y'all. Right? If they have someone on the island that knew Nolan and was intending to take Nolan back, he was supposed to go with them. Because if the boys took his shit, he probably said, hey, yo, I'm going to give it to somebody else. If they have somebody else that told the cops, told investigators, told anybody, yeah, we were supposed to take Nolan back. Listen to what I just said to y'all. So the person said he's not doing nothing without his phone. Yes, he is. First of all, you're not going to leave your phone on the island while you're in the water with a chick or talking to other people. You're just not doing that, right? You probably don't want to leave it on somebody else's boat that you don't really know like that, or you didn't have time to just go climb up to where they were at, get the boat and come back because you ain't want to leave this chick. You never know. But all I'm saying is the only other thing would be if they have somebody that was on that island that told them, hey, man, I know Nolan. We was going to take him home. We don't know that because we haven't heard the interviews with the cops. So we don't know. That is a major question, bro. If they have somebody that said, hey, man, we knew Nolan. We were the ones supposed to take Nolan home. We was going to take him back over to the mainland. Remember, they do this all the time when they be going over to Horn Island. A lot of them people know each other in that community. So, hey, man, I'm going to go back with y'all. If there's somebody, listen to what I'm saying to y'all. And everybody says, period, he's not doing this. Bro, you're not him. See, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why that logic doesn't work when you say that.
Period. He's not leaving his phone, especially on the island. Ma'am, a lot of y'all say that y'all don't like his friends. But guess what? Nolan hung with him. There's so many pictures online. There's so many videos online. There's so much evidence online that Nolan befriended all these white people. You wouldn't do that from how y'all talk. He did. Some of these young fellas, they move like they trust each other with their whole situation. So you don't think, they ain't finna do shit, man. They got my shit. My boy got my shit. Boom. Peep what I'm saying to y'all. Right? Peep what I'm saying to y'all. Right? Nobody said they erased the Snapchat. That has not been determined. This is the part y'all got to understand. That has not been determined. They're still waiting to look in the phone. Y'all keep saying, why erase the Snapchat and refuse to get a phone to the mother? They said they called the mother. If you look at the actual report, I had the police report up here. The report tells a different story. The report shows the mother calling. They told the mother that night. Then the mother, after they called the mother called up there. And the report shows that the phone was actually in a truck. So when you say that, we actually have to wait to see. See, when they unlock that, that's going to tell everything. Whether or not there were deleted messages from Snapchat, they can go send that information and the coordinates. The coordinates and what was in that phone. Right? Guess why, y'all? Guess why? Guess why? Because that phone in my opinion is a major key to this entire investigation. What are you talking about, Ticket? You ever talk to a chick and y'all exchange numbers and you was like, yo, send me that number. Hit me, hit my phone. Like, I ain't got no service right now, but hit my shit. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you got some type of messenger, some type of, see, these are all the things, bro. Bro, listen. That phone can tell you who was communicating with him. That phone can tell you what he had going on. That phone can tell you so much, man. I'm telling y'all this. That phone is gonna be major, bro. I hope they open that phone very soon. That phone is gonna be major, bro. Major, bro. Major, bro. For the coordinates, and I'm telling y'all, was in that phone, man. Right? And here's the question. The question that Tatum asked this question too, and I'm not gonna lie, that was a good question Tatum asked. Was the phone locked or unlocked? And did his friends have an access code to open that phone? And here's the thing. Here's the biggest part of it all. And this is the reason why the phone's gonna prove everything. And to the girl in the comment section, I'm gonna go ahead and lay it down to you right now, baby. I'm gonna put it down to you right now, Queens, baby. You know why that phone's important, baby? You know why that phone's important? That phone is very important because That phone will show you I'm gonna show y'all this on the screen. I'm gonna put this on the screen. Wait, hold on. Let me put it on the screen for y'all. Hold on one second. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on one second, you guys. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all something. Hold on. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show y'all something. Hold on one second, you guys. I want to get the right answer for y'all on the screen. Because I don't want nobody to say. Right? Here we go. Hold on. Here we go, right here. Hold on, you guys. Oops, my bad. What the fuck did I just do? Damn. My bad, y'all. There we go. Damn. I want to show y'all this. Here we go, right here. Damn, I did the wrong thing, y'all. My bad. My freaking bad. Here we go. I want to show y'all this. I highlighted it though so y'all can see it. You see that on your screen right there? Raw data extracted directly from an iPhone using forensic tools can show an incredibly detailed second-by-second timeline of exactly how, when, and where a phone was used. What do I mean? If them boys use his phone, open it to delete messages or use that phone. See, that phone proves everything. That phone is a smoking gun. And Ben Crump and them have that phone in their hand. That phone. When investigators and experts extract that raw data, that phone can show if it was used or accessed after 4:30. Let's read again. Raw data, first paragraph, extracted directly from an iPhone using forensic tools can show an incredibly detailed second-by-second timeline of exactly how, when, and where that phone was used. When police forensic experts plug an iPhone into software like Celebrite, they bypass the regular screen you see. Instead, they download hidden system databases like the phone's Knowledge C database and SQLite files. This raw data is a digital diary that the user cannot edit or delete. Here's exactly what it can reveal. Physical device interaction. Number one, the raw data tracks how a person physically handled the phone down to the exact millisecond. Lock, unlock states. The exact moment the screen woke up, went to sleep, or was unlocked. Biometric attempts, whether the phone was unlocked using a passcode, a successful Face ID scan, or if Face ID failed because someone else was looking at the screen. Volume and buttons, when the volume buttons were pressed and when the headphones were plugged in. Let me tell y'all something right now. That phone is everything. And that lawyer, that's why he's asking for that phone. Because they're saying, hey, man, it may have been tampered with. There may have been messages released. The lawyer says, hey, we want y'all to open the phone. You know why? If nobody touched that phone after 4:30, that goes a long ways to prove those boys' innocence. See, that phone is the whole case. That's why Ben Crump and them have held onto that phone tight. And they want to open it with the FBI, the state, and them right there. So they can all see when the last time Nolan's Wells phone was accessed. You're not listening. Once again, if that phone was not accessed after 4:30, it's going to go a long ways to show that those boys are innocent. To the person who says, bro, just because no one touched the phone, brother, you're not listening. They're making it seem as if those boys deleted messages from that phone. You're not going to be able to keep moving the goalpost, dog. I'm sorry, man. You're not going to be able to do that shit, bro. That phone means everything, fool. That phone had the GPS coordinates in it. It shows you who touched it, when they tried to touch it, if they tried to open it, if they tried to put a code that didn't work in it, if they tried to use facial recognition, what time they tried to access it, was it tried to be used, did they delete any messages? Shows everything. See, because you don't like the truth, I don't care what the truth shows as long as it shows the truth. In fact, you know what else it shows? Show them, Ticket. Go ahead and put them on that Summer Jam screen. This is what else that phone is going to show. Deep app usage and screen activity. The iPhone logs, which apps were actively on the screen and which ones were running in the background. App timelines, exactly what time an app like Messages, Snapchat, or Safari was opened, how many seconds it stayed active on the screen, and when it was closed. To the brother who says, if it don't show they erase nothing, it's not going to matter about erasing nothing if they never access the phone. The only thing then that's going to matter is the actual GPS, what they can't control. Even if they turn off the phone, iPhones ping. And they didn't destroy the phone. Because don't you think if they were trying to hide something, they would have destroyed and made sure that phone couldn't work no more? Christine and them never complained about the phone not being able to work. the iPhone logs, which apps were actively on the screen and which ones were running in the background, app timelines, exactly what timeline an app like Messages, Snapchat, or Safari was open, how many seconds it stayed active on the screen and when it was closed. Keystroke logs, in some cases, temporary systems caches, can show what type of search into bars or unsent draft messages, notifications, a log of every alert that popped up on the screen and whether the user tapped on it or swiped it away. Deletion and modification history. As mentioned earlier, click and delete does not erase the data immediately. The raw database shows the deletion timestamp, the exact second a photo, video, or text message was moved to the trash folder. File metadata, the original date, time, and camera settings of a phone, even if the phone itself was permanently erased from the recently deleted folder. Boy, they got some technology, boy. That technology is a mofo. And here's the last one for everybody who wants to know the truth, nothing but the truth, and the whole truth. So help me God, which is what I want. I don't care about anything else except for the truth and to find out the truth about what happened in the death of Nolan Wells, man. And this is the blicky right here, y'all. The precise movement, the precise location and movement. An iPhone constantly tracks where it is to help with maps and apps, storing this in hidden system files. The Wi-Fi connections, a history of every Wi-Fi network the phone connected to, including the exact time it joined and left. GPS coordinates, hidden location logs that tracks the iPhone's physical path, speed, and elevation, even if cellular service or data was turned off. Game over. That phone is going to tell it all. Significant location. Let me repeat that one again with GPS coordinates. Y'all didn't know this about your iPhone. Hidden location logs that track the phone's physical path, even the speed and elevation, even if the cellular service and data was turned off. Didn't I tell y'all them iPhones are beast? Significant locations. A system file where the iPhone groups frequently visited places like home or work with timestamps of arrival and departures. We'll know exactly what time the mom and the dad got that phone. We'll see how that phone moved or where it was at. Everything you need to know. Ben Crump knows that phone mean everything. He wants to make sure he have his investigator, the FBI, and their investigator in the room at the same time to look at that phone. The fact that the boy's lawyer said, hey, man, we want you to open the phone and look at the phone. That should scare a lot of people because they're begging for that phone to be open. Because remember, the mom said she thought things were deleted. If that phone was not used after 4:30 and nothing was deleted and they find nothing was deleted, that's going to be a heavy blow, man. I ain't going to lie, yo. That's going to be a heavy blow, man. A heavy blow. I'm going to say this, though. I don't like criticizing Christine because she lost her son. And I understand why she did what she did. The one thing I think she did wrong, though, when they went to get the phone, I wish they would have put the phone in a Ziploc bag. That way, not only could the cops and the investigators, when they all got together, check the phone, but they could check the phone for fingerprints to see who touched the phone. Right? That way we can see if it was one person, multiple people. See what I'm saying? That phone, if that phone was not used after 4:30, and their lawyers are pushing for that phone to be released, the information, the fact that she came out and said she thought things were deleted, if they do all that together and find out nothing was deleted, and find out that all the GPS coordinates and everything is on track, and nobody accessed that phone and deleted anything, man, that's a tough blow. But if that phone, and I don't think they're bluffing, you can't bluff in a situation like this because it's going to come out either way. You can't bluff in this. There is no bluffing in this. That phone is going to be checked. And I'm going to tell you why. If that phone isn't checked, it's going to end bad for Ben Crump and them. And I love Ben Crump and them. There ain't no bluffing. Ben Crump and them, they have to go get that phone checked. If Ben Crump and them never meet up and they open that phone, it's going to look horrible on them. And I like Ben Crump, bro. It's going to look bad on them. Because the mom and them came out and said they felt like some messages and stuff were deleted. If that's the case, they should have already came together and opened that damn phone. Right. So you don't have to believe what they say. You can keep trying to move the goalposts, but if that phone, they can do everything with that phone. They can see everything. If that phone was not tampered with at all, there was nothing deleted, bro. That's a tough blow right there, my G. To so many people who accuse these boys. Right? Ben should have already, I'm going to be honest with y'all, and I love Ben. Ben and them should have already had that phone analyzed. They should have already came together and got the people down there and got that phone analyzed. That phone should have already been analyzed, yo. There's no reason why we got to today, and it's been a month later, that phone ain't been analyzed. That phone should have been analyzed immediately. Everybody should have came together. That phone should have been analyzed. Right? That phone, because you can't turn, because even if you turn off the iPhone, y'all, even if you turn off your iPhone and turn off your settings, your iPhone can still it's got a system in it where it can still see where you at. Bro, that iPhone is crazy, bro. All the phones is crazy. These phones basically tell everything about your life. And people don't know it. When they buy these phones and you put everything in your life in them phones tell everything about your life. Your habits, the time you wake up, the time you go to sleep. If you look in your iPhones, it's apps that study everything you do. It studies your screen time, how much you in certain apps, how much you use certain apps, how much you have your phone off, how much you have your phone on, how much time you're watching your screen. That shit study everything about you. Trust me. That shit study everything about you. Your phone know everything about you. I'm telling y'all this. That phone know everything, bro. Where you are, where you going, how long you sleep, what time you wake up. That shit can tell your heart rate. All that shit. Yeah, that shit track, bro. These iPhones are a beast. All of the new cell phone, Samsung, Android, all them shit's a beast, yo. Right. So that phone, that phone, that phone might also tell something else too. That phone is also going to tell you who Nolan was in contact with. That's going to be major. That is going to be major. The day before, that is going to be major. And that same day, who was in Nolan in contact with? That's why I tell everybody, y'all, we got to wait and see how this shit play out, man. This shit finna get spooky around here, man. This shit finna get Nino Brown around here, y'all. I'm telling y'all this shit, man. It's finna get Nino Brown around here, man. Trying to tell y'all.
Really I felt the warmth of the folks there. I was welcomed in, and I was grateful to have the opportunity to visit Horn Island last Friday. And here's the thing: unless you've been to the island, you really can't talk about the case in the same way, because once you go to the island, you see, okay, it's approximately 10 mile long barrier island, but it's only, a few hundred yards wide or so. It's flat with low sand dunes.
Listen to me. You said Miss Christine said thing with the leader. She has no reason to lie, ma'am. I'm not saying she does. I'm saying if there was nothing deleted from that phone, it's going to look bad on her. Straight up. Because when they open that phone, it ain't going to be no cap, because they're all opening it together. So it's not going to, nobody's going to be able to say, hey, this is hiding. They hiding information. No, Ben Crump and them are opening that shit together with all of them present. So if she was wrong and there was nothing deleted, I'm going to warn y'all, they're going to destroy her, man. That phone is everything, yo. That phone is, because she came out originally and said she thought, and as a mother, maybe she did think that, because she said, oh, well, he didn't have any messages or anything like that. But just off a mother's intuition, if she was wrong, they're going to destroy her. And I don't believe she deserved that. They're going to try to make it seem like she had bad intentions. They're going to destroy her. I'm telling y'all this. They're going to crush her. And I hope people understand that she lost a son, man. You never know the emotions people going through, bro, when they lose a son like that, man. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? So yeah, man, I don't want to put that all on her, man, like that, man. She's a good, I see her as a good person, right? Especially if Tatum say that them boys are good people. I see Nolan's mom as a good person. Period. Right? So I don't think she did it in a bad way. Right? I've never seen any negative posts from her. I watch a lot of her posts online. She doesn't have negative posts and shit like that. She's always positive about her shit. I respect that about her. Like the whole time. I watched a lot of her posts for years. I went back and looked at them. So the thing is, though, I told y'all this. Nobody's asking this question either. Is there anybody on the island that told the cops we were taking Nolan back? We were supposed to take Nolan back. If there's somebody that say that and say, oh yeah, Nolan was on the island, we were supposed to take him back, it's over with. It's over. I'm telling y'all this right now. If there's anybody on the island that had a boat that knew Nolan, and they say, yeah, we knew Nolan, he was over there with us, we were supposed to take him back, it's over with. But then they will be questioned, because the question will be, well, if you were supposed to take him back, he didn't go back with y'all. Well, why didn't y'all say anything? Oh, well, we didn't. No. Now the question is on them. That's the crazy part about it. And to the person who said big cover up, man, I don't see no big ass cover up like that, man. It's too many people out there, bro. Ain't that many people covering up no shit, bro. It's always somebody gonna talk, bro. You ain't finna put 100 people in one place and they all gonna stick to a code. Ain't fucking happening. Ain't happening, dog. You already heard multiple things. The girl came off the rip and didn't stick to a code. She came out there and said, "Nah, I thought he was going with them." So obviously it wasn't no code. Think about that. You have to use your mind and think about this shit. You can't even get 10 people to stay on code no more. And nowhere in this country. If you got 10 people, you got a murder trial, man, somebody snitching. Somebody snitching, bro. When the last time you seen 10 people, white or black, stand tall on something in a court of law? These mofos be in the same gang snitching on each other.
And there are no trees, no buildings, no visual obstructions. And you had several thousand people out there on July 4th. What I'm trying to say is there's no way that anybody could have gotten away with a murder in broad daylight on July 4th in that area of Horn Island.
Mr. Cox, have the boys expressed to you?
You said people with money keep secrets. Nah, that's too big, man. That's too big. Let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something. You say that, right? You can't even get 10 black people on the same page to keep a secret. So you think you getting 10 white people to do it? Not happening. Not happening. Not happening, man. Not happening. I can show you examples, man. White people gonna snitch you all the time, just like the black people. That ain't happening. You ain't getting. Now you talking about 500. You want to talk about 500 people? No dice. Where everybody gonna say, nah, it ain't happening. Nope. Not on duty. Not on duty, baby. Not on duty. That's not happening. Somebody snitching. I'm telling you this. We're not even living in that code no more. No, I'm telling you, I'm talking about white people. I'm saying you can't even, I'm telling you, my response to you, ma'am, you can't even get 10 black folks not to snitch. You think you finna get 500 white folks not to say nothing? Man, come on. They already don't have damn near 100 people talk to the cops. That lets you know right there that what you just said ain't true. Right? People that I just said. You said they stick out of fear. That's not true. How many white folks? Tell me the last time you seen 20 white folks stick to with each other. Tell me. When the last time you seen 20 white folks stick with each other? Bro, they couldn't even stick with Donald Trump on the Epstein files. His own loyal followers turned on his ass. His own loyal white followers turned on that ass over the Epstein files. Let me say this again. You want me to name names? Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, or Carlson Tucker, whatever the hell his name is. Tucker Carlson, they couldn't even stay on code with Donald Trump. They was all hitched to his bandwagon. Alex Jones. You want me to keep going? Soon as they seen Donald Trump wasn't coming out, being transparent with them Epstein file, they jumped on his ass. These are his top supporters. What's the white girl name, y'all? Marjorie Taylor Greene? Is that her name? Destroyed Donald Trump. She was Donald Trump's biggest supporter. Destroyed him. She was Donald Trump. She was the lead cheerleader of Donald Trump. She was up there with the pom-poms in the front. Yay, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, yay, yay, yay. Shit, when they got his ass up out of there, I already saw Don Lemon's interview this morning. I saw the whole thing. So the person said, yeah, no results. Oh, no, it's going to be results. They're doing investigations now. They're doing questioning now. You don't see what's going on? Why you think they get ready to lose the what you call it? Why you think they get ready to lose the midterms and get the hell destroyed out of them in the midterms? Think about what I just said to you now. Straight up. You talking about all of them white people ain't even sticking with Donald Trump right now. They finna all turn in the midterms. I'm trying to tell y'all this. So when I tell y'all that, don't think it's like that, man. It really ain't, man. When I seen Marjorie Taylor Greene, Donald Trump's biggest freaking supporter, his biggest supporter turn on his ass, I said, yo, it's over. This man had his biggest supporters turn on him. People who helped him get elected. Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, all these people. I'm talking about they was diehard riding with Trump. As soon as they seen he wasn't going to act right on them Epstein files, they said, oh, no, he got to go. These are facts. To the person who said the mother had to locate his phone, well, they're saying the phone was in the truck. I told you I had the paper. Didn't I tell you I had the paperwork? Don't you know it's a paperwork party over here, baby? Didn't I tell you I got a paperwork party over here? I told you that before, right? I don't play with that paperwork, girl. That paperwork is something real with me. I'm real with that paperwork, girl. We not playing no games with that paperwork. Right? Paperwork legit at all times, baby. Believe that. Believe that. Whoa. Believe that. Right? This paperwork always gonna be legit. Run up on this fire, you get burnt, little nigga. So when you talking about paperwork, oh yeah, this paperwork legit. It's like Felix Trinidad. Both hands is lethal. You know I got that work, baby. You know Tiggy got that work. You know I got it. Right? Yeah, I most definitely got it. Right? You said, yeah, it was in the truck. I told y'all that. That was in the police report. I had the actual police report. No. The actual report shows she went and got it. It was in the truck. I'm trying to tell you that the actual report showed that shit. Let me show you right now. I'm trying to figure out what I did with that report. The actual report showed that shit was in the truck. Remember I came on here and I read the report to you? I don't know if you remember that. I came on here politely and I read that report to you. Right? I read that report to you, man. And when I read that report to you, I was thorough with that shit. Right? In fact, I want to kind of show you that shit. Right? I want to kind of show it to you. Because I had that work. It was a few days ago. I had that work in here, though. That work was definitely in here working. Believe that. Whoa. Right? So, yeah, we definitely was on that. That shit was like, I want to say it was like the other week. Yeah. Yeah, it was the other week I had it in here. Right? We had that work. Right? Oh, I got it right here. Hold on. Yeah, I got it right here. I think this is it. Yep. You see it? Did I tell you I got that work, girl? Run up on this fire. Did I tell you I got that work? See that work right on your screen? That's that work. See, I don't just be talking. I got that work. I got that work. I ain't terrified of nothing. Young, wild, crazy, and disgusting. Right? Here go that work right here. This is what happens when you deal with facts. All right? I got the actual report. Do y'all not see this? Do y'all not see this? When I be telling them I got this shit, like, come on, y'all. All right? This shows exactly what happened. Who called who did what. It shows exactly what happened. Right? Look at this, y'all. So it takes you through the whole time, right? It takes you through everything that happened. All the way up until them finding him. Right? Y'all see this, right? It shows you how they checked them boys' boats. It shows y'all all this shit. And it also shows y'all about that phone. Like I told y'all. Right? I just want to show y'all this paperwork first. Now, hold on. Y'all see this, right? Now, let me go back up top. Hold on. Because y'all got to see this. I think it's right. Hold on. I think it's right here. It's got to be here. Right? Let me outline it. Right? I think it's right here. Hold on. Nope. Nope. Oh no, that shows the tracking right there. I know it's in here. I forgot where it was at. I forgot exactly where it was at, you guys. It's in here because I read it. Oops. I read that shit. Right here. Didn't I tell you I read that shit? Read it right there. Fad money, fast car. I live for this shit. Read it right here, y'all. Read it right here, y'all. This is an actual report. On Saturday, July the 4th, 2026, at 23:49 hours. For everybody who doesn't know, that's 11:49 p.m. Mississippi Department of Marine Resources Lieutenant Patrick Caron was advised by dispatch of a caller reporting a missing male, Nolan Wells, on Horn Island. The caller told dispatch her 18-year-old son had rode to Horn Island. This is the mother. So the mother already knew. The mother called the cops, y'all. So that checks out with Warren's story. Warren did come out and say he called the mom around 11 after he couldn't reach Nolan. He said he called the mom that very night and told her, hey, we can't find Nolan. That's what he said. That's in the report. The report says that the mother called at 11:49 p.m. on July the 4th. right? And Lieutenant Patrick Caron was advised by dispatch of a caller reporting a missing male, Nolan Wells, on Horn Island. The caller told dispatch her 18-year-old son rode to Horn Island on a vessel with friends, was last seen around 3 p.m. His phone was in a friend's truck, right? So on the 4th of July, the mother told the cops the phone was in a friend's truck. And all the friends said they had returned from the island. Based on information provided at the time, Karen asked dispatch to forward the reporting party, Christine Wells Walmsley. Queen, you're not listening, baby. You're not listening, baby. You're not listening to what I'm saying to you, baby. I don't know if you're talking to me or not, but you're not listening, baby. Listen what I'm telling you. Warren called the mom. Then the mom called the cops. Or she called she called the authorities, right? At 11:49 p.m. on the 4th of July. That same night, the mother called. Think about this. That same night, that very same night, right? This is in the actual reports on tape. On tape. Look, I'm going to show you again. This is actually on the report on tape. This is all on tape. That call, all that shit is on tape. At that very time, it can't be disputed. That's on tape. Right? It's recorded on tape at that time. Right? So listen to this right here. On Saturday, July the 4th, at 11:49 p.m., they're saying the mother knew where the phone was from that call, that she's on tape calling the authorities. Lieutenant Karen was advised by dispatch of a caller reporting a missing male, Nolan Wells, on Horn Island. The caller told dispatch her 18-year-old son. Listen to what I said to y'all. Right? You said if they had the phone, how was she getting contact? Nigga, they had her number. See, Christine didn't say that she never told us they had her number. He contacted her. She called the authorities. Listen, this is on the audio recording from when she called the authorities. This is the part that can't nobody get around. That call happened. Hold on, listen what I'm saying to y'all. This is the part. Queen's Love. No. Listen, baby. You can go, and they're gonna release this call. This call happened, as you guys can see, at 11:49 p.m. on the 4th of July. Right? So what happened was Warren called the mother. He got the mother's number and called the mother. Listen. He told the mother, hey, Nolan didn't come back. He's missing. We're going to go back to Horn Island to check out and see what's going on. The mother then called the authorities at 11:49 p.m. You saying, what am I saying? The boys are innocent. Bro, I haven't said any of that. I'm reading the report, bro. What are you talking about? Is something wrong with you, dog? Nobody, in my opinion, has been cleared of anything. There hasn't even been a conclusion to his death yet. So what I'm saying to you is this. Listen, this is the call that's on audio. When you call the cops, when you call the authorities, it's on tape at that very time. So this can't be disputed. This is on tape. Saturday at July the 4th, 2026 at 23:49. That's 11:49 p.m. The MDMR, Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, Lieutenant Patrick Caron was advised by dispatch of a caller reporting a missing male, Nolan Wells, on Horn Island. The caller told dispatch her 18-year-old son rode to Horn Island on a vessel with friends, was last seen around 1500 hours. His phone was in a friend's truck. Think about this now. So on the 4th of July night, how did the mom know the phone was in a friend's truck when she didn't know what was that? This is on tape. Listen to what I'm saying to you now. How did she know where the phone was at? All the friends said they returned from the island based on the information provided at the time. He asked dispatch to forward the reporting party, Christine Wells Wonesley, to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office to make an official missing person report. Shortly thereafter, dispatch advised the reporting party was calling the JCSO, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, and the United States Coast Guard had been notified. Now, think about this. At 1:38 a.m., this is the very next day, early in the morning, at 1:38 a.m. on July the 5th, the officer Karen spoke with the Ocean Springs Police Department regarding the complaint and advised that the police department, the JCSO, would be taking the lead in this case. Karen also spoke with the JCSO Lieutenant Odom, the ship's supervisor, who said they had taken the initial report. He said his deputies had spoken with several friends that traveled to the island on the vessel with Nolan, and that when they left, he was in the company of an unknown female, and that he chose to remain on the island. Based on the information provided, Odom did not have a reason to believe there were any water-related exigencies or emergencies, and he believed the most likely scenario was Nolan rode in on another vessel, but did not have his phone in his possession to make contact with his family. No other action was taken by Karen or his shift the morning of July the 5th. Now, at 6 p.m. on July the 5th, he reported to the command posted established by the JCSO at Lake Mar Piers and assisted with efforts to include sending the MDMR patrol vessel and crew to the northwest tip of Horn Island to conduct sonar surveys of the area. The sonar surveys were inconclusive and terminated due to adverse weather conditions, meaning that weather was bad out there. It was fucked up, which is what I told y'all. You're not listening. We know there's a Life 360 app. The mother, listen, let me say this to you. The mother knew what a phone was from the Life 360 app. The problem was she didn't know, she could not have known it was in a truck unless somebody told her. The Life 360 app doesn't tell you, hey, it's in a truck. The Life 360 app only tells you the location of the phone, like where it's located at specifically, right? Right? But she told the cops right here on the 4th of July at 11:49 p.m. that the phone was in the friend's truck. Right? Hold on now. Too cool. You made a great point. Too cool. You made a great point. Too cool. Too cool. You made a great point. Too cool. And that is the smoking gun right there. Too cool. That is a smoking gun. Too cool. Too cool. That is the part that's going to shake everything up. Nobody's talking about this. See, this is when you really have to use your brains and think. You asked $1 million question and didn't even know it. You asked $1 million question and didn't even know it. And you didn't even ask the right question. Brother, his shoes weren't on that boat. Or his sandals. What does that mean, brother? What's that mean, brother? To the lady who said murder, well, we don't know if it's a murder or not. That's the sad part about it. We think it's foul play, but we don't know that for sure. What if his shoes, if he had sandals, right? were on another boat. Meaning the boat he was supposed to go back on. We did see a picture of him standing on a different boat. He didn't have any shoes on. But you know what that is right there beside him? Nobody asked this question. I noticed this, but nobody asked this question. Nobody. Nobody asked, what else did Nolan take with him? Nobody asked, did Nolan take a bag with him? You know why? There's something on that boat right there by Nolan's feet that nobody's talked about, that I've seen the whole time, that nobody talked about. They didn't ask a question. They looked at this video and this picture and this screenshot and they didn't see nothing. It's a fucking shame. That's Nolan right there. In them same shorts he had on with them homies. That's Nolan. But here's a question. $1 million question. What's that little green thing right there beside his feet? Who does that belong to? These are all relevant questions. Sometimes when I go on boats, I take a bag with me, a little small bag for my sandals. Right? I put my phone, my sandals in there, keys in there. But most people on the boats, they take out their phone or whatever, and they'll boom. Some people may put a couple beers in a bag, couple drinks, whatever. All right. You never know. But we have to ask. Nobody has asked this question. And this is why I keep telling y'all. Look at that other boat right there, you guys. Right? See that little part he's standing on? People keep stuff like bags, sandals. Sometimes they'll keep it in the part right there where the seat's at, in the back part on the floor. I mean, if you going from boat to boat, nobody's asking that question. The cops know. And that question could prove a lot, because if somebody else, he was supposed to take them home and his sandals were on their boat, that's going to prove everything. This photo is not from a different day. That video is from that same day. That photo right there that you're watching right now, ma'am, that's not from a different day. Sorry. You're wrong, Queen's Love. That is from the 4th of July. That is a screenshot of when that video was going left to right. You're wrong, Queens. You're absolutely wrong. That was from the 4th of July. And here's the question. And remember what the lawyer said. The lawyer said something in the interview. Too cool. You're saying a whole lot, brother or sister. I don't know if you're a brother or sister, but you're saying a whole lot. They said, because remember, Nolan was a local football and basketball player. Let me say this to you. Say it to you again. The lawyer said today on Nancy Grace that the people who witnessed Nolan on the island and knew Nolan, they weren't even the same age as these young boys. Go listen to Nancy Grace's interview. See, it would make sense if Nolan was supposed to go back with another boat, somebody he was cool with, But look at them. It's like a guy, either two guys or a guy and a girl. They ain't even paying attention to what's going on in the water. They over there talking, doing what the hell they doing in that boat. But Nolan, if that's him on the back of that boat, he must have known them good enough to stand up on that boat. You not fitting to get, I'm going to tell y'all boat rules. You not standing on nobody fucking boat without permission. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. No, she's talking about a different picture. To the people who said that, that's the same shorts he had on the other picture. That's him, in my opinion. That is him. Right. Listen what I'm saying to y'all. So that's a question nobody else asked. Sandals, shoes. Did he have sandals and shoes? If he had sandals and shoes and he was supposed to come back with somebody else, did he also leave his sandals and shoes on that boat? Or were they on someone else's boat he was supposed to leave with and the cops got him? We don't know. Listen what I said to y'all. That's another question people not asking. Nobody's asking these relevant questions. Everybody just saying all kind of bullshit. Nobody's asking, hey man, did Nolan have a bag with him? Think about this. I'm giving y'all ideas. All of you guys who are listening, you big dogs that are supposed to be great interviewers, don't let me interview them because I'm going to ask them mofos every question that anybody I can find on that island. But the question I would ask the boys that nobody's asked them in the general public, hey man, what did Nolan have with him that day? Did he have a bag with him? What color bag did he have if he had a bag? Did he have shoes or sandals with him? What color shoes or sandals did he have? Did he leave a bag or shoes or sandals on the boat? Or, since Nolan's keys were there, were they in Nolan's car? Or did Nolan even drive his car? Where was Nolan's car? Matter of fact, let me look this up real quick. Let me look this up. Oh, it all makes sense now. Now it all makes sense. It all makes sense. Right here. It all makes sense now. If they had his car, if they had his phone and his keys and he was at their house, then he would have known how to get to their crib. See, it would have been different if they took it and his car was at the dock, because then he would have been able to get back. He would have had his keys. But if they had his keys and he get back to the dock, he gonna know how to get to their crib. Straight up. He just catch a ride with somebody. Hey, or get an Uber. Hey, get a ride or get a taxi. But he more than likely get a ride with somebody right there, get to their crib. But his car was parked at the home of one of the friends he went to Horn Island with, where he slept the night before his disappearance. So this is another question nobody's asking in the general public. How many clothes did he have and what clothes did he take to the island that day? Nobody's asking these questions. Why is nobody asking those questions? Those are pertinent questions. Here's the reason why these are pertinent questions, everybody. These are pertinent questions, y'all. Because if Nolan Wells took other shit to the island, why is everybody only talking about a cell phone and some keys? Somebody needs to ask, what did Nolan Wells? Nobody's asking these questions on the internet. The only thing they're doing is saying, oh, they murdered. They're not even asking pertinent questions. Think about this. That's why I told y'all, I always notice this when I looked at this picture. If this is Nolan, I want to know, first of all, to be on somebody, you have to understand the rules of boats. You don't just get on another mofo boat and you don't know him, bro. What if those people in that photo right there are the ones that knew Nolan and they told the cop? You better believe the cops question those people. They question those people. We don't know what happened. They question those people. On that. Look at that bag right there. Who is that light green, lime green bag belong to? $1 million question. $1 million. And if Nolan spent the night, where was all of his things? What, did he leave them at the house? What about his sandals? What about that? I mean, did he only go out there? I mean, because sometimes Beach Boys, they be like this, bro. Once they get to the what you call, bro, but I can't see him going over there without no sandals. Nobody's talking about the sandals. Where are the sandals? If he had any shoes or sandals on, normally when you go out you go out with the sandals on, because you're gonna have to get out the car when you drive to the dock to get on the boat to go over to the island. Anybody want to bet the cops know where those sandals at? What if those sandals were in the boat with the people he was supposed to go back with? Come on now. Nobody's talking about that shit. They hadn't even told y'all about the rest of it. He spent the night at dude's house. He had to have some shit over there with him. He had to have a bag. Nobody's asking those questions. Where was his belongings? Meaning from the night he spent the night over it. We ain't talking about the keys or the phone. We already know about that. We talking about, did the parents get the belongings from the boy's house, or do the cops have? Because think about it again, y'all. If he was supposed to go back with somebody else and he's on the island after 4:30, his sandals may have been on somebody else's boat. And the cops may know that. And we just don't know. Because we ain't been asking the right questions. Right? What about if he took a bag? Where's the bag at? See, the next time those boys are interviewed or their lawyers, they need to be asked, hey man, did he take a bag with him? Or did he just have sandals? Or how did he travel from the mainland to the island? That should be the very next question. Because most people I know, they take a little bag with them. I know that's how I roll. Especially if I'm rolling with somebody else. Right? Nobody's talking about the sandals, bro. Bro, think about this. Nobody has asked any questions about them fucking sandals. If somebody threw them sandals in the water, or they would have floated up, they would have came up somewhere. What if the cops have the sandals on the boat of the people that were supposed to take them back? And we just don't know that they've interviewed them. They got this shit. This is all things I'm telling y'all right now. All things I'm telling y'all right now. Well, let me tell you something, Queen's Love. I'm going to tell you a little difference. This is what you know about being on the water, right? And I'm going to just be honest with you, okay? This is because I'm on the water all the time. I can show you pictures of myself on the jet skis, on the water, in the water all the time. I can show you this. So I'm not just telling you some shit. I can prove it to you. Ma'am, I might even put my fucking phone in my bag or my keys when I'm going on that water. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I have the remote keys that if you get it wet, it's fucked up. And that key costs like $400. Right? So anybody that has remote keys, they try to avoid even having them in the bag because your bag might get water on it. Why? Because you're on a boat. So what happens is most people, what they do is when we're on the boats, your phone, your keys and shit like that, we just put in a little area underneath the so that the sun Let me repeat this again to you so that the sun and the water don't affect it. Because the sun will also fuck your phone up. It'll make your phone overheat. Nobody see this is things of logic I'm talking about that nobody else talks about. You would not want to have your phone out there in that heat in those conditions. Trust me. And if they was leaving because they had to fix something quick, boom, they might have forgot we even had his phone on the boat. Sometimes you ain't thinking, you just got to get up out of there. But once again, you leave your phone on that dock for 20 minutes, your phone is gonna be fucked. I'm telling you this. iPhone 2, that shit gonna overheat ASAP. Rocky. So you're not leaving it on the sand, somebody gonna steal it. Right? On the boat, you're not gonna leave it on the outside of the boat. It's a special place. You might even forget that you had it over there. That and your keys. If I'm drunk talking to a midnight, shit, I ain't finna think about that. I'm finna think about, I don't want to say it on YouTube, but still. You know what I'm saying? Listen, later on, once you get back to your senses, you're like, oh shit, dude, I ain't got my keys. Ah, my boy got it. I'm just gonna go over to his crib. I catch a ride. Fuck it. People got to think like that. They don't think open-minded like that. Yeah, they always think of the absolute worst instead of thinking of everything. Right? These are all things that are very important in the grand scheme of things. Right? Think about what I'm saying to you now, baby. So when you're out there on the water, I'm not taking none of that shit because let me tell you something. The one thing I learned about being on the water on boats, everything gets fucking wet. When that water wet, all your shit get fucked up. And anybody who's on the water a lot of times can tell you this shit, bro. Anybody who's on the water can tell you this. Right? Right? I'm telling y'all this. Right? Matter of fact, I'll show y'all. Right? I'm finna show y'all this. And it's simple. People make it complex because they don't think. It's really simple. And I'm going to show you right now. See how I show you everything? I could just tell you, but I'd rather show you too so you can have an illustration of what I'm talking about. And you can have it in your mind, the things that I'm saying. People leave their phones on a boat when they go into the water, primarily to protect the expensive device from being dropped, ruined by salt water, or lost completely. I told you this. You know how much shit I've lost in the ocean before? I've lost sandals in the ocean. I've lost bracelets in the ocean. I almost lost my phone in the ocean. Yo, you can drop that shit one time. You reach down in that water and you miss it, you might lose that shit forever. In boating culture, I told you this. And this is what people don't understand. Like people that don't be on boats all the time. These motherfuckers be in the hood somewhere like that on the streets. They don't be on boats. I be on the water all the time, so I know the etiquette. When I say this, people get mad, but they don't be on the water like me. I be on the water all the fucking time. In boating culture, it is very common is a very common safety practice to put electronics in a secure spot on board before swimming water or hanging around in the sandbar. I told y'all this. Right? Right? Think about this. Bro, it's not about your parents attempting to call. Bro, I'm an 18-year-old, man. I ain't worried about that shit, nigga. I'm out here getting a midnight. Nigga, you think I was worried about my parents calling me at 18 years old, nigga? I'm gonna keep that shit 100 with you, bro. And if somebody in the channel don't like it, they lying to you, nigga. When I was 18 years old, man, my parents was barely calling me, nigga. They won't treat me like no kid, nigga. I was living by myself in a townhouse, nigga, getting PUSSY, nigga. And that's facts. That's facts. That's facts. And when I was that age, I'm just gonna tell you the truth. When I was that age, and I ran up on a shorty I was rocking with, now I ain't think about that goddamn phone. I'm thinking about that box, period. And that's facts. I'm gonna get it to you straight. They cut it with baking soda, nigga. I'm gonna get it to you straight. When I was 18, man, I'm with my boys. Man, I ain't worried about them stealing that, nigga. I'm going in here to get that work, nigga. And it's like that. I'm telling you the truth. You talking about 18? Well, I don't worry about my mama calling me 5. Man, get out of here, man. Nigga, I wish she would try and call me too. It's gonna be some missed calls like a mofo. It's gonna be some missed calls like a mofo. You said most 18-year-olds ain't have a townhouse. Most 18-year-old wasn't playing college basketball, had a full scholarship, and also had a part-time job. Come on now. Keep it 100. Boy, that what you call was looking good than a mofo, nigga. That refund check. Ooh. Yo, I don't think you understand. So, anyways, like I said, in bowling culture, it's very common safety practice to put electronics in. Remember, I told y'all that niggas be putting that shit in a secure spot. I try to tell y'all this. They don't want to be listening, right? So here are the main reasons: saltwater destruction. While modern iPhones are highly water resistant, you said, man, boss, you must not know me, nigga. Bro, you must not know me, man. You must not have seen my past YouTube videos, bro. If you seen my past YouTube videos, you wouldn't even talk like that, nigga. You wouldn't even talk like that, bro. Anybody who been subscribed to my channel and they used to see me with it, we ain't gonna talk. We ain't gonna have them conversations, my nigga. That's facts. That's facts, nigga. You talking about some mid, man? You must not know, nigga. You really don't know. So while modern iPhones are highly water resistant in fresh pool water, salt water is highly corrosive. Even a brief splash of ocean water can permanently short circuit or the charging port. And you know how many times that happened to some of my friends? They got a little bit of water from the ocean in that charging port. Man, they charge you an arm and a fucking leg to fix that shit, bro. They charge you an arm and a leg. These are facts. You get a little salt water in that phone, they charge you an arm and a leg to fix that shit. Them people some thieves. And these are all true, right? I told you. So if you drop it in Horn Island, it's gone forever, right? You swimming on the island like Horn Island, you drop that phone, it's gone forever. You might as well not even get to look for that shit no more. I told you that water dirty as fuck too. You ain't gonna be able to find that shit. You ain't gonna be able to go down in the water and find that shit. That water sweep that shit away in 1 second. I don't think people understand. It says, unlike dropping a phone on land, an object dropped into the water will instantly sink past your reach and get swept away by heavy currents. I told y'all this. You know how many phones and shit is at the bottom of the ocean right now, nigga? This is the part people don't tell y'all. So when they say, why didn't he keep his phone? This is why. he like, hey, y'all take my phone back, man. That phone probably gonna be safer with them than it was with him. Right? Them is boys. I'm thinking, yo, I'm just gonna hop on this other boat with my other people. I'm gonna be back over there. As soon as I get over there, they give me a ride. Boom. So think about this. We don't know if the cops, but they're saying people that knew Nolan talked to the cops and told the cops, hey, man, he was on the island. What if they had somebody told the cops, hey, I was supposed to take him back. I was going to take him back over there. This shuts everything down. Then motherfuckers going to all look stupid. If they have somebody who knew Nolan, who can confirm they knew Nolan. Think about this. You said, why not go back to her house? Man, nigga might be getting on right there in a boat, nigga. What is you, bro? Are you crazy, bro? You know how nasty people are. People, mofos is out there getting it in the water, nigga. Nigga, you take a joint to the side of the boat, nigga. Bro, I don't think y'all really understand, nigga. Nigga, we ain't got time to be taking you back to no house, messing the vibe up. Real talk. I know dudes that be giving that work right there to them shorties in the water, nigga. Nigga ain't finna wait. Didn't y'all just see the dude had a freak off? The ex-NFL player had a freak off in the arcade in front of everybody, nigga. in the arcade. He just got arrested the other week in front of everybody. Nigga just pulled her pants down and just went to work right there. Straight up, bro. These cats ain't playing, man. When it's time, nigga. You said I'm guessing. No, I'm putting out kind of realistic things that normally happen because I'm on the water all the time. When you on the water all the time, you can talk like this. I'm not one of these niggas who don't be on. I told you, and I'm gonna say it again. I be on the water all the time, dog. This is not. I'm not telling you something that's cap. I'm not telling you something that's a lie. I'm not telling you something that's a facade, brother. I'm telling you the real deal, Holyfield, nigga. When I tell y'all niggas I be on the water all the time, that's because it's true. It's not a lie. I literally live probably 10 minutes away from the water. This is facts. This ain't even it's not even a question. I can show and prove this shit, bro. Hold on, I can show and prove this shit. Hold on. I'm gonna prove this shit to y'all. See, these niggas be talking on YouTube, right, y'all? I'm gonna show these niggas right now. I'm gonna show these niggas. Everybody who want to see me show proof right now, press 1 in the comment section. If you want to see me show proof right now, press 1. Press 1. I'm gonna show proof right now on this nigga. Just press 1 in the comment section. I'm gonna show proof. I'm gonna embarrass these niggas right now. No cap. No cap in my rap. I'm gonna embarrass them niggas right now. And then you doing all this talking. I told these niggas, bro, I be on the water every fucking day. Half of these niggas don't be on the water all the time, so they don't know. I know what the conditions be like. I be on the water every day. That's me right there with the life jacket on. I be on the water every day, dog. What is you talking about, B? I be on the jet skis every day. That shit is treacherous out there, my nigga. It's not a game. It's not a game, dog. So when I come on here and tell you shit, I don't come on here just talking to talk, nigga. I really live this shit, nigga. I live this shit, nigga. I live this shit, nigga. I be on them shits every day, bro. So don't tell me, right? Because I can show and prove. I'm not like a lot of these niggas on YouTube that just talking, nigga. I'm not like these niggas that just talking out here. I'm on that shit for real. Right? And like I said, I can show proof. I ain't no cap in my rap at all. Ain't no cap in this rap. You said that's not proof. Hold on, nigga. Nigga, I told your ass, nigga, I be on the motherfucking water damn near every day, nigga. What is you talking about? I be on the jet skis. We on the jet skis, the boats every fucking day. What do you think I'm doing, nigga? This is not up for debate, homie. This is not up for debate. Some niggas talk it. Nigga, I really live it. I really live it, nigga. So when them little niggas is talking, I'm on that shit for real, dog. That shit bother me when you hear these little niggas just talking crazy, bro. Cause they ain't even really on it like that. I'm out here in the field for real, nigga, on the water. So when you say that, dog, just make sure you know what you're talking about, homie. Cause you're gonna embarrass yourself, man. You're gonna embarrass yourself with a nigga like me, dog. Cause I'm gonna prove it to you, nigga. I told you, nigga. I be on the jet skis all the time, nigga. All the time, nigga. I can show you, nigga, all kind of shit, nigga. Hold on. I can show these nigga all kind of shit, nigga. And, bro, like I told y'all, just because I don't be showing y'all all this shit all the time, y'all be listening to niggas who don't even be in the field like that. I be out here in the motherfucking field, nigga. When I tell you, nigga, I be on these jet skis all the motherfucking time. I be on that shit all the time. I be on that. That's me right there. I be on that shit all the time. Y'all be listening to these capping ass niggas on the internet, nigga. I'm in the field all the time, nigga. Right? These are facts. These niggas don't even be doing the shit I be doing every motherfucking day. Right? Every day. Right? So most deaf, nigga. And I can show you more too. Cause it's real like that, nigga. These niggas out here just talking. Nigga ain't never like experienced this type of shit, nigga. Hold on, man. You said rentals. Nigga, I own jet skis. I rent jet skis. It depends on where I'm at, nigga. Nigga, I be all around the world, nigga. Nigga talking about a rental. Yeah, nigga. If I'm in Colombia, nigga, I'ma rent it. If I'm in Venezuela, nigga. If I'm in DR, nigga. If I'm in Costa Rica, nigga, I got the most of features, nigga. The fuck wrong with you, nigga? Y'all nigga just talking. I'm living this shit for in real life, nigga. Fuck you talking about, boy? In real life, though, nigga. Nigga, I don't told you, nigga. Nigga, I live this shit, nigga. I don't just gotta come on YouTube. This nigga be on YouTube talking. I'm talking in real life, though, nigga. I'm talking in real life, though, nigga. Right? In real motherfucking life, this how I'm talking. I live by this shit, nigga. Right? So when I say something, nigga, I ain't just talking, nigga. I'm on that shit for real. When I tell y'all niggas, I'm on the beach every day, nigga. Every day, nigga. It ain't no cap, my nigga. None. I can show mine, nigga. It ain't no cap. It ain't no cap, nigga. It ain't none. Right? So as I told y'all, these people be talking, they don't even be on the water all the time, bro. They don't even be in the water all the time. You talking to a nigga, I be on this shit every day. On all kind of shit. Big boat, small boats, yachts, whatever you need. I got it, nigga. Shit crazy, man. This lifestyle that I've been blessed with, unbelievable, man. God is great, my nigga. You know, I don't seen a whole different level of shit that could never be imagined that I was blessed with. Right? So when I talk about this stuff, man, when I come on the internet and tell y'all this, it's because I've actually been in these different places. Right? Experience all these different things. I was blessed to do all of that shit. Right? So when I talk about the water, bro, that shit ain't no game, man. That shit real, man. When I talk about that water, bro, that shit real, man. I can show y'all a lot more and shit, bro. But I don't want the ladies stressing me too much. Y'all know how that go, nigga. Them ladies start stressing you and shit, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, if I really start showing these ladies, the ladies on YouTube, they'll be hitting me up more than what they be hitting me already. if I start really showing them, they'll be like, yo, ticket. You know what I'm saying? They'll be hitting a nigga up for real, like they already do. You know what I'm saying? I be on the water. I told y'all this shit, nigga. You know what I mean? The ladies, they already be like fucking with a nigga heavy. Heavy though. Heavy though. They be fucking with a nigga. Heavy though. The ladies be fucking with a nigga, shawty. And I be on the water smoking expensive cigars. Right? These are absolute facts. Right? These are facts. Remember I told y'all I'd be going out there with my bag? You see my bag on me? I'll get ready to get in the boat right now. You see my bag on me? I don't be lying to y'all. I be telling y'all the truth on this YouTube shit. Y'all, a lot of you motherfuckers come on the internet and lie to y'all. I come on here and tell y'all the coolest, cold, hard truth. I tell you the truth. Ain't got no reason to lie. We ain't got to lie about nothing. Know what I'm saying? When I tell y'all this, I tell y'all this. And I stand on that shit. Right? When you see it, nigga, you know it's real. When you see it, you know it's real. Right? Them ladies, they be seeing me sitting on the beach and shit. Man, you know how many ladies be trying to holler at a nigga and shit like this? When I be showing them this shit, nigga, I be sitting on the beach with my motherfucking socks on and shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Telling y'all what it is, nigga. I be on the beach. When the ladies be seeing me and shit, they be like, damn, that nigga ticket. They be fucking with your boy, though, nigga. It be like that, though, my nigga. You dig? So when I say this, you know what I'm saying? I'm not your average, my nigga. I'm not your average. I'm really out here in the field like that. When it comes to this water game, I really be on the water like that. So I know when I'm telling y'all the etiquette and how people act on the water and boats in different situations, because I see this shit all the fucking time. It's nothing new to me. Right? So I be giving y'all a glimpse. A glimpse. Right? A glimpse. That's what I be giving y'all. Right? You catch me in the water, like just chilling, nigga. Right? Smoking an expensive cigar, nigga. So yeah, most deaf. Y'all know what's up. Hey man, shit crazy, man. This shit crazy for real, man. Y'all know these people gonna start acting crazy, man. All right. Y'all know how this shit go, man. Y'all know how it go. So yeah, man. When I'm saying that stuff, y'all, that's why I said what I said. You feel me? I said that for a reason to y'all. So everybody could kind of get the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Show y'all a little bit. You know. I would show more, man, but you know what I mean? Them ladies, man. They treacherous online, man. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Man, that be the beat. Bro, the beach parties I be at and shit, man. Shit's be crazy, man. I be trying to tell y'all, man. It be a life, nigga. The beach parties and shit I be at, nigga. God. I wish I could tell y'all about it. I wish I could show y'all this shit, man. Right? I wish I would show it to you, but the music is gonna get copyrighted. I don't want it to get copyrighted, man. You dig? But yeah, man, that's just what it is, dog. That's what it is. Let me see something. Nah, I ain't gonna do that with y'all. I ain't gonna do that with y'all, man. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that like it is, man. I ain't even gonna do all that. That ain't even something I gotta really do. You know, some things we ain't gonna present to them. Yeah, I would show y'all the junk with all the ladies, but I can't be putting all them looks on the internet like that, man. You dig? I ain't finna be doing all that. Yeah, man. So as I told y'all, man, don't let these people come lie to y'all, man. You know what I mean? Don't let these people come lie to y'all, man. You know what I mean? Oh no, I'm 6'9". He said I'm 7 feet. Yo, they think I'm 7 feet. No, I'm 6'9". No, I ain't 7 feet tall. I damn sure ain't that. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, man. Like I told you, I be on the water almost all the time, bro. This shit ain't even like, it's not even a gimmick, bro. So when I say this stuff to y'all, man, I'm just saying to y'all. But this dude on the right hand side of your screen, he out of here. Wheezy out of here, bro. He done. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. You know what I mean? Somebody said socks on the beach is wild. No, it ain't too wild because I'm going to tell you something. I be hating getting all that sand and having to wash it off my feet. So what I do is I just wear my socks. And then when I'm getting ready to walk off, I just take off my socks, air them joints out, and just put my shoes right in my sandals so I ain't even got to wash off my feet. You dig? You dig? I'll show y'all pictures of me on the yacht next time we come in here. You know what I'm saying? Driving yachts, on the yachts, all that. Again, man, the water is nothing to play with, man. Real talk, y'all. It's serious business out there. I'm gone.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.